Yo, we're live from Montreal.
Bonjour, queefs. Here we are in the W Hotel on Rue Henry.
This is I feel like we're in like a Mad Men episode here, but with burnouts. We're in a boardroom here. This is fucking great.
Yes, all white men drinking. Here we are.
We need a secretary to come in here and I'll say, that'll be all, Peggy.
Yeah, and wear the shorter skirt next time. I got to tell you, this is the first time I've booked a conference room in my entire life.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we're going to be saying shit in here that's not normally said.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about how many drink tickets we earned this quarter or whatever. Yeah.
We're joined by the hilarious Geoffrey Asmus, who has a new special, The Only Funny White Man, on YouTube now.
Yes.
One of the funniest comics working.
Killer.
Watch it.
Comedy.
Yeah, watch it right now. Mark Normand has a hot new Netflix special, Soup to Nuts.
Check it out.
Killing it.
It's number 2. Yeah. It's only downhill from here.
Yeah, baby.
But while we're on the top, let's ride the wave.
Number 1 is The Sound of Freedom, though.
Is it really?
I don't know.
I think that's on like 4chan.
Yeah. That's huge on 4chan.
I don't know what channel that even is.
And hey, Madison Square Garden Theater, November 4th. Get the fuck on it. I'll see you there.
Hello. Is that still the WAMU?
The WAMU.
It used to be called the WAMU. Oh, shit.
Oh,
no, never mind.
Washington Mutual? Oh, yeah.
The theater
Oh, that's even better.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck the
Sounds
WAMU.
better. It was the Hulu.
There you go.
The
Oh,
WAMU.
fucking Jessica Kirson.
The Wawa.
Finally, the Wawa. Are you doing tomorrow too,
Now
honey?
we're out of here.
You're done, bitch. Your whole career's over.
He's out of this
You're
town.
break.
We may or may not have a rotating group of surprise guests coming this episode. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys enjoy this.
Who knows who'll pop in? It's gonna be like a variety show in the 50s. Gonna be with booze and less cigarettes.
And all white.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
We mix it up.
Yes.
We mix it up. We're
Just
progressive.
one. We'll see what happens. But yeah, here we are in a conference room. It's Montreal's right outside. We're doing the fest. We did a weird show last night.
That was crazy.
That was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Sorry you guys had to see that set.
We did a show for Meta, which was only crowd work.
Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace. The money was bad, but he did beat the shit out of us, which was cool. And no, we got we're doing it for Meta, so they're like no Zuckerberg jokes. Fine, whatever. I'm sure Musk would do the same shit to us if it was a Twitter show.
They'll do an X show soon.
They'll do an X show, right?
Yeah.
It's not even Twitter.
Yeah.
He changed it.
But
Threads, it's all over the place.
But they're saying like you can't. They literally, as we get there, it's PG-13, and Mark and I just look at each other like we are trained in pedo, abortion, and mass shooting jokes.
Right.
That's all we got.
What does PG-13 even mean? It means like it's so like
It's vague.
opaque. It means nothing.
Yeah, PG-13. That's great. She's All That. That was a funny movie.
Yeah, all those great PG-13 comedies. Yeah,
exactly. And they tell you right before you go on. PG-13.
No bullying too, didn't they
No
tell you that?
bullying.
You
No
can't-
bullying.
That's the whole point of crowd work.
I know.
That's the only fun part of interacting with people.
Exactly.
Does anyone go to a
Bullying
live
them.
comedy show and go, I was bullied?
I think
bullying.
it's probably happened.
I liked
It's
when he
insane.
complimented my hair. That was really funny.
When he asked me what I did.
Yeah, you have a great job.
Hey,
Oh,
have you lost weight?
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing is working.
I don't understand that.
I know. All these rules. They always try to put comedy in this weird box. It's like when they give you a corporate gig. Like, just go up and do 4 hours, clean, no cursing, and don't talk about the company or money or women. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, but the best, every once in a blue moon, you get a corporate where they just know who you are, and they're like,
They let
just
you
do
rock?
your and yeah, just do
Really?
your. I remember I did one for lawyers, and it was literally the comic before me told like 8 minutes of abortion jokes, and I was like, well, I guess we can just do. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Right.
Lawyers, they've dealt with shit. They can't
yeah.
act like high and mighty. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. But, man, I don't think I've done well on one corporate.
Yeah,
think.
I love.
Yeah,
these
if you guys
lawyers
do
are
a
like,
lot, I feel like
I
you're
mean, if
not.
they got money to hire us, they're bad lawyers.
Right.
They're evil. They got fucking. They're like, we got Epstein protected for 10 years, but do not make no cursing. Don't do any.
Yeah, we defend pedophiles, but
Yeah.
you can't talk about pedophiles. Sure.
Right. And the worse the company, the more rules they have. Like, I did one for their big pharma. And
Oh, wow.
they kicked me out. I got fired. I got yelled at. It was ugly.
They kicked you out of the show?
I offended the guy's wife, like, in the first 8 minutes.
Oh, God.
I mean, I called her fat. No. But
But they gave her Ozempic
She was
because she
fat.
felt bad.
Yeah. Their pills weren't working.
Exactly.
Yeah, their diet pills suck.
Get the Ozempic.
That's why they got Ozempic, was you made fun of his wife. He's like, we need to get you on a pill, honey.
They
We
invented
need to
it.
get a better diet pill.
But yeah, I did a vibrator joke, and she was like, "Oh, how dare you!" And she walked out, and I was like, "Oh, look at this dumb idiot!" And it was the wife of the
Oh,
CEO.
my
That's what it
God.
always is. Someone who doesn't even
Always.
work there. It happened to me. I did a thing once for Delta Dental or something like, it's like an insurance
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And oh my God, they were like, we were furious, and I was like, who's we? It's like, it was the wife.
There you go.
About what? Just your act in general?
It's always a wife who's like, I'm like, you're not even supposed to be here.
Why are you at this?
It's a company
Don't you have
thing.
your own life?
Why don't you go home and cook them a fucking hot meal?
I think there's a subconscious thing where they're like, I want to kind of make this about me because
Yes.
it's not my company, it's not my hire.
My
it's not
husband's
my
very
shit.
successful. I feel kind of bad maybe
Yes.
about
Your
my
husband
life.
works too
Yeah.
much. You don't feel like you get attention. You found a way to get attention.
Exactly.
Or
But
she's
I-
mad she doesn't have a vibrator and her husband hasn't made her come in decades and
Yeah.
she's realizing she's unfulfilled.
Well, they
Yeah.
did make Blue Chew, so they're doing
Did they
something.
really?
Oh.
Yeah, they did all. It was the big drug thing, and
Oh,
I
wow.
went down swinging. I was like, "You guys are all fucking drug dealers. You're killing the country. And they're pulling me out of there. Opioid addiction."
You get taken out in a headlock.
Yeah,
You were just screaming, "Look what you did to Appalachia!" as you get dragged off the stage.
yeah. I just yelled fentanyl.
Yeah,
chloroform
fentanyl.
me.
Oh my God.
I was
What-
getting tased. Don't tase me, bro.
Jeff, what are you doing while you're here? What shows?
I've been on the nasty. I've been here for a week. I've
What?
been here for eight days actually. Yeah, I've been here since last Tuesday.
Oh, are you climbing the walls?
This town is beautiful. The people suck. These
Oh,
French
yeah.
Canadians are the biggest worst. I hate to be racist, but I kind of hate them. I really dislike them.
Snooty.
They're
what are you
very.
talking?
They're all snooty about speaking French.
Cut
like
the
I'll
French.
I'll be at a counter like bonjour. I'm like hi. They're like bonjour, as if I'm gonna suddenly know how to speak.
You're
French.
a mile from Vermont. Drop the
Yeah,
charade.
it's
Jesus
like
Yeah,
Christ.
they're
exactly.
clinging to this culture.
Not a mile, an hour. Sorry.
It's not far.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
like, I guess they passed a law like a year ago that everything has to be in French.
Right.
It's like a French dictatorship
Oh,
here.
I had to
They've
buy a
taken over.
shirt, and I'm checking out, and I'm like, I guess I can do this. I'm doing self-checkout in French.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have
Whoa,
English options any.
what?
It's like a law. The English people here are like second-class citizens.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're like really clinging to this loser heritage. They're like really
Yeah.
proud to be French.
Yeah, right.
Italian's cool, but French?
I know.
What are you? It's lame. I don't get
French.
it.
But yeah, wow, that is tough.
Good food though. Good food here.
Great food.
They got,
French
I've had
cuisine is-
poutine like 7 times. It's great.
Oh, I can't
Great.
eat that
but they're
shit.
not fat. I don't get
They're
it.
not fat.
No one's fat
They
here.
Cigarettes.
They smoke.
It might
yeah.
be It might be the cigarette. There is no like tubs walking around
No,
here.
it's
Well, that's
weird.
the women in
The
France.
women are beautiful.
Yeah, the women here are beautiful.
Well,
It's
thing with the
insane.
women in France, all they do is eat cheese and drink wine, and they're 90 pounds soaking
Yeah, it's
wet?
insane.
incredible.
Yeah.
No-
No, what do you call it?
Cigarettes.
Processed.
Yeah, all the food's really natural. It's
Yeah.
incredible. It's kind of a great place. It's kind of good. The audiences are stupid as hell.
I
but-
agree.
Because
Audiences
they
are
don't.
tough.
They don't. When we were here, it was the French version of the festival. We were the only English
Oh,
show.
why would they
so the
put it on
audience
that?
is like half of them don't really speak English. So every time I do like a joke that was a little smarter, they'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
What? Oui, no."
right.
You just had to say pussy, and then they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we like that.
talking
That's
about
funny."
us. Oh.
Yeah, right.
It's like, where's Gad? Where's Gad?
Oh, yeah, that's their guy.
What Gad Amelie so bad?
There's like a whole scene here of French comics, I guess, who are like superstars here.
Really?
And they'll do like 20,000 person shows, but
Isn't it
just
weird?
in Quebec.
I know, isn't that weird though? But then
Whoa.
they're like, you're right next to America, and you can't do shit.
Yeah, they don't do English comedy.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Has to go to Paris or something.
Except for the host of the Nasty Show, this guy Mike Ward, he does it in English. He's
I
like,
heard he's really funny.
He's really funny, and
Yeah.
he's the guy who went to the Supreme Court here for a joke. He got
That's him.
Yeah, he talks about it. He like made fun of this like, I don't know, maybe retarded. I don't know if that's the word, but yeah, kid who kept saying he was gonna die but didn't die, and everyone kept giving him money, and he made a joke like, "Just die already" or
Oh,
something.
that's nothing.
And they like sued him, and he won though eventually in the
Yeah.
Supreme
Yeah,
Court.
but the fact that it took his time, and
It took like years. It went through 3 levels of court cases or
isn't
something.
that funny though? If they made like a movie about this, he would be the good guy.
Yeah, right.
He's like, oh, just fucking die already, and like he's our hero.
Yeah,
'Cause that
right.
works for sure.
He hated on the retard. Yeah.
Damn, what a credit though.
Yeah.
See this next guy at the Supreme Court.
Yeah, Canada's like they're like passive aggressive fascists.
Well, remember
They're
there was
like,
that. Remember there was that comedian who got an HBO special.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just won. His whole thing was like, I'm dying.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
Ellen was like, he's dying, and I'm producing.
Oh, yeah.
Named after a famous music producer.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
and he just
He's alive to this day.
It was like it seemed like it was 6 months to live.
He said he had terminal cancer.
Yeah.
And that was 8 years ago, I bet.
It's a shitty move because now people are mad you're alive.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a weird way to live. You're still around? Fuck you.
You can't do another special.
No.
What do you do after the I'm about to die special? You're like, dating's weird.
Well, he's like the Sandler and Funny People guy. It's like the thing where you're
right.
like, well, now he's like, oh, well, I'm just, although,
Wait, what was that premise again?
well, he was,
He was about to die in Funny People, wasn't he?
yeah, and then
he had cancer.
and then he survived.
Oh, yeah.
There's some differences with that story.
Sure,
The right comp, but you know what I mean.
People like Sandler.
Yeah, he was funny. Yeah,
But that's crazy. And I mean, is he still working? Do you know?
I don't think so. I don't think
heard
he
him
does.
in
No, I
years.
think he kind of got. I think he realized that he used his shot. That was his check. He cashed it, and he's out.
Yeah.
But smart.
He got
I
the
respect
check,
that.
and he got a special.
I mean, if I had terminal cancer, I'd do a special about it. I'm not.
He got a
hating
lot of
on-
plastic surgery, and he's now Gerard Carmichael. And it's still associated with HBO.
coming out as gay. I actually wasn't dying. I just didn't realize I was gay. It was churning inside me and caused cancer. Yeah.
For my next trick, I will be a trans comedian and have an HBO special.
That's coming.
Have they had one? A trans comic with an HBO special?
Well, Jay McBride had like a Netflix
She was on a
20-minute.
showcase.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Good egg
Yeah.
from Buffalo, which is right around the corner.
Albany.
Oh, Albany?
You know, she opened for me years ago, and I was doing trans jokes on stage. I didn't know she was trans. Oh. Which I would have done them anyway, but I was like, why aren't these hitting? And then afterwards, she was like, oh, I'm trans. And I was like, well, I guess that's a compliment.
Yeah, you didn't, you didn't know.
Right. Oh, yeah, they did a good job. Yeah, you got a good guy. You got a good doctor. Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Oh, wee.
Damn.
Had to get
There
us out
we
of that
go.
trans stuff. You know?
Sorry about that.
Little root
That's how
change.
you stay not trans. You got to fart, let it out.
It's the end of that chapter right there.
I wouldn't mind being trans.
How
I wish you could switch back quickly. If you could like go for a year being a woman and then switch back, I'd like to be a woman for a year.
Did you
That'd
hear
be
about
fun.
the woman who did an experiment? It was like a man for a couple weeks, and she killed herself.
What?
Yeah, true
Why?
story.
What did she do to be a man?
She just cut her hair, changed her outfit, got some facial makeup stuff, a
Wow.
little beard action,
Wow.
and
Women
herself.
can't take it. They
Yeah.
can't live the life we live, gals.
I guess
they couldn't do it.
Being a man's harder, clearly.
It's hard.
We
Where's
get
the
paid more because
patriarchy?
it's harder.
Yeah, all
we
you hear is
die
patriarchy,
younger.
and you're like, well, why are we killing ourselves?
I do realize how easy it is to be a guy. Like, you ever just dating someone and it takes them like an hour and a half to get ready, and you're just like,
Oh,
2 minutes.
God.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready.
Oh,
Even at this festival, all the women are like really working on their outfits, and I
know.
just throw on this same sweater
Right.
every single day.
Yeah.
I've showered 3 times in a week. No one gives a
Exactly.
shit.
The best smelling person here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
true.
got to be tough. The getting ready is a real. I always say biology is the biggest misogynist. The menstruation, the pregnancy, the hormone. It's like
God's the misogynist. We didn't do
Yes,
that. I didn't know
exactly.
if I had designed you, I wouldn't have given you menstruation.
Yeah, we can.
I wouldn't have
give
put that in there.
We
you
can
know?
make a girl pregnant. Like Mick Jagger is like 7,000 years old. He got a girl pregnant. you know?
Who's the
He's
Al
getting old.
Pacino is the real old
Pacino.
one. He's the 9th oldest man ever. I read that in
up.
recorded history to make a woman
Shut
pregnant.
up.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's 83 or 84.
Hooah!
Crazy.
Can you imagine?
She's 27.
Whoa!
You know how weird it'd be so cool to have Al Pacino be your father, and then you don't get him to be your father.
He's like for 6
Right.
years. You're like, do you remember Al Pacino as your father? The kid's like, what the fuck? I didn't know he was my dad.
And he's got to go
crazy.
back to the old movies. He's like, this guy in Godfather? His
Right.
own father?
Right.
yeah, this guy was great. Then you're like, well, here's Jack and Jill, and you're like, damn,
He was in
yeah.
Jack and Jill.
he's got some fun moments. In
Oh
it.
wow, I
he's
did
pretty
not
fun
know
in that.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Simone. He's in
Yeah.
a couple of rough ones.
That one had kind of an interesting premise, so it just didn't work.
It was kind of AI
Yeah,
before AI.
it was like it's not Ex Machina was like that was the good one.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that one.
Ooh.
Mark and I watch too many movies.
Yeah, you guys are movie guys. I'm not a movie guy.
You haven't seen Oppenheimer?
I haven't. I want to see that, but I don't
fucking
watch
good.
movies at all.
But the way Oppenheimer and Barbie it's like very big in the news, everybody's talking about it. That's how all movies used to be.
Yeah, there was always like a week, like who are you seeing this weekend?
Yeah.
Always a battle. They planned to put those. I'm sure the studios collabed. Like let's do a little meme thing together. Let's collab on this.
Right,
Release them the same weekend.
Well, they couldn't promote because of the strike.
Oh,
the
so
meme
we've
was
been promoting
genius.
for them.
Yes.
We should get paid for posting these memes.
And it also shows how, these companies should spend millions on advertising. And look, you don't have to.
It's all, the viral thing is what matters. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it probably wouldn't have hurt if they had, Cillian Murphy on Hot Ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to see what it looks like, that guy eating. Jesus Christ. Do you see he ate an almond every day for Oppenheimer? That was his diet?
One almond?
One almond a day.
Why? Was he fat and he had to
No,
lose weight?
Oppenheimer was super, he was emaciated, so he wanted to look like that. So he was just chain smoking and eating one. I don't know why one almond was the number.
Well, Kate Moss is like, welcome to my world, bitch. I've been doing that for 30 years.
I do half an almond.
Method acting is so creepy. They never do it. No one's ever like, method actor for Dahmer. Yeah. Just locked a couple gay kids in my house. Saw what the screams sounded like.
Well, it's only
whatever.
dramatic actors. You never Rob Schneider's never like, I actually was a European gigolo for a while. I really did it.
Yeah. Adam Sandler was a wedding singer for 3 years.
He would be a fucking awesome wedding singer.
He would be good. He would be good.
No, but the cast is insane. You'll just be. That's the cool thing about Christopher Nolan is like he could just get anyone. So you're just like some fucking A-lister just pops on for like 4 lines.
Oh,
like,
really?
That's kind of cool.
Damn,
Nice.
really? Damn.
Is
I
it
gotta see
good? Do you see Barbie or no?
I haven't. James was
okay.
just saying how good it was. I haven't seen it, but
I'm dying to see
people
it.
are loving it. Ben Shapiro hated it. I read.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird to go to a thing you're gonna hate and then be like, I fucking hate it, and then just get like 45
What is
minutes
he
out
mad
of it.
about? Is there
I think, like
what's
man hate.
Oh, is it
Man
man
hate
hating?
Really?
Yeah, there was like zero man hate.
You
Really?
gotta-
One scene where they like kind of described it was like to be a woman. That's like it.
But the
That's
way we're
so
like, we got to
funny.
get a Barbie joke out there. That's his Barbie joke. He's got to take that.
He has
angle.
to be mad.
He's gotta be
He's
mad.
in the. He can't be like, I kind of like Barbie.
He
No
can't
one's
do
gonna
that.
click on that thumbnail.
Right.
Ben Shapiro loves Barbie for 45
That
minutes
would be
straight.
more-
No one wants that.
That would be
thumbnail.
more interesting to me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ken-
that would be great. That
Ken
would be
Shapiro.
great. But it's like,
Jordan Peterson's like, here's what I loved about Margot Robbie's performance.
Jordan Peter comes around on women for 3 hours straight. No one's clicking on that.
I hear it's great. I haven't seen. I kind of want to see now that I'm back in the movie theater. Like I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX, and it's one of those experiences where like you feel the chair vibrating
That's awesome.
and the bass and the noise.
That's
and
great.
It makes it fucking incredible. You're like, oh, this is what I love about going to the movies. I miss this.
It's just
And-
some non-Marvel shit.
Yeah,
we
a
can't
real
have
movie.
no more superhero movies or sequels. I'm just out.
By the way, can we get those seats in a porno theater? Wouldn't that make more sense? You go like, whoa, someone's poking my ass. These seats are really good.
see Pee Wee Herman in line in front of you, like you're back, baby. No, it's it made me, and also like it's not just as you said a Marvel movie. It's like
Yeah.
a historical movie.
It's like has artistic value and it isn't just this
Yes.
like lame $1 billion franchise that they're just
Exactly.
like creating these cookie cutter stories over
and it's
and over.
Nolan. It's silly. It's like people we've heard of. It's art.
It's also amazing. You think of war, you think of like badass dudes in the trenches or something, but these are just nerds who are good at math, who created a bomb.
Yeah,
Killed
yeah.
Like-
millions.
And they ended the war.
They ended the
like,
war.
As heroic as the soldiers were, these guys kind of won it.
Yeah.
It's also kind of fun because
nerds.
you're like, everyone's kind of bad. If you try to like distance yourself, you're like, I'm rooting for Cillian Murphy because he's the star. But you're like, Oppenheimer's kind of a piece of shit too.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was I mean, you saw it, right? He's fucked up after.
Yeah, you should be.
Well, that's kind of
If you're
human.
doing the math in your head and you're like 220,000 Japanese people, like
Instantly.
think
Instantly.
about how much we talk about 9/11.
Yeah, that
Which
was
is, that was
10
3,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of 9/11.
There were
as
people-
Louis would say. What is this joke? How many
we
9/11s
measure
it
it
was?
9/11s. Yeah,
70 of them. Holy shit. There's people who were at like, I can't remember which city was first, Nagasaki, and then they fled to Hiroshima.
No.
There were people who were at both. Yeah, because they were close together. So they're like, oh, go to Hiroshima. It'll be safe.
That is
Then-
some bad
Then
luck.
you get hit again. You're like, God does not want me to live.
Oh, you're at the U-Haul like moving sucks. Huh? Jesus, don't you hate moving?
Well, a lot of the people that got hit by it, like they were okay, but then they died from the.
Oh,
radiation.
yeah.
But You're thinking about like one of the great. I don't want to do a spoiler, but just one funny thing about the movie is there is a scene where they're deciding where, and I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know what. Like, I looked up a lot of stuff, but from this, there's one part where they're deciding where to nuke in Japan. They have a list of like 12 cities, and one of the guys in charge is like, "I love Kyoto. My wife and I honeymoon there." So that's how they get rid of Kyoto. And I'm like, I don't know if that's real, but it's also a weird thing to make up.
Yeah. This guy's just lying. Like, oh, don't get Kyoto. I had sex there once. Yeah.
You know, Japan won't play the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they won't play it.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like we would play it if they made a movie about us.
Yeah, if they made a Pearl Harbor or whatever.
Yeah, I'd love to see. We like a little.
Way more people died, and
well, we won. That's why we like it. It's we in the end we still win. We kind of get them.
I did a joke about it on stage about like how. I posted something about like how everyone's like, in Barbie or Oppenheimer. Like, they're not saying that in Japan. They're like, Barbie?
Oh, yeah, that was a great one.
But then someone commented like, actually, the Soviets lost way more people in World War II. And I'm like, who suffered from the nuke? What's the movie about?
About the bomb.
I'm not denying the Soviets,
That's such whataboutism. It's
I
like,
hate
well,
that.
actually, during the Black Plague in the Middle Ages, more people died, so it's actually really not a tragedy at all.
Under that, it's like, why does it have to be a black plague?
Yeah.
We can do this all day.
The real tragedy is opioids, which Mark Norman performed for.
Exactly. You can't win. I did a joke about arthritis on Twitter, and I got shit for that.
What happened?
It's the dumbest joke on the planet. I just said I did an arthritis convention, and the guy after me killed, and I'm not sure if the mic drop was intentional. And I got like a guy like, really, man? This is kind of ableist. My mom. And I'm like, jeez.
Did an arthritis convention. Audience was pretty stiff.
Yeah. Get a grip.
Yeah, get a grip.
It's also one of the things that like almost all of us have or will have.
Yeah, it's not ableist. You're just, I'm going to have arthritis probably.
My mom has it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have levels of it too. There's like levels of arthritis.
Is that right?
I have arthritis.
What?
Yeah, there's levels of it.
It's like an autism spectrum.
Yeah, it's a spectrum. It's so arrogant to think that you're the only person affected by arthritis, too. Like the guy commenting is like, we all know someone who has debilitating arthritis.
Exactly.
That's just
also
so
like
lame.
there's more offensive shit that we're making jokes about that you have laughed at. It's like
That's true.
Right.
Mike DiStefano, rest in peace, used to always say, I threw up the ball, it landed on you for once, and you got fucking upset. Shut up. Like, I've made fun of everybody.
They laugh at a child porn joke because none of their uncles like child porn, but one of them has arthritis, so that's bad. Yeah.
But guess what? You got a cute nephew, so look out. That's all I'm saying.
I could be coming.
You could do it all day. Like, hey, you shouldn't make fun of this. Like, they always say, like, hey, it's Father's Day, but some people didn't have fathers, so maybe don't do a post about it. And you're like, but some people don't have legs. I'm still walking.
Yeah.
Like, we got to live our lives here.
Also, I think those
annoying.
people, like, I think tiptoeing around people can also be offensive. I think they can.
Sure.
When you
True.
When you're trying too hard not to offend, maybe that's reminding them of that even more.
Sure.
Right.
Are people who don't have dads mad that I have a dad? I don't think
they're mad that you're flaunting your dad.
Are they really?
I saw some of that. Yeah,
I don't do a fucking Father's Day Instagram post because my dad ain't on Instagram. Like it's not for him. I call him and I go to dinner with him.
That's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging. Like, thank God my dad has good genes and he works out every day, and my dad's still around.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like I like my dad.
Oh man, my dad's so healthy.
Yeah, thank God he kept it tight. Thank God he didn't get into drugs. Yeah.
I know. People find anyway. I had my famous story. I did a retard joke, and a lady came up to me in the merch line. She waited, and she was like, "Hey, look, you got to drop the R word." And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "I have a niece with Down syndrome." And I go, "How'd you like the Holocaust stuff?" She goes, "That was great."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right. So what are we doing here?"
My mom was a special ed nurse. She says the word. No one cares.
Really?
It does nothing to. It's not mean at all.
Yeah.
If you actually care about them, like vote for mental health, like funding or stuff like that.
We're
that
not
actually
politicians.
matters.
I know.
We're not politicians either.
Hitler wasn't very nice to people with Down syndrome either.
That's true. And
You want to
black
read a
and
fucking
gay.
history book? I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's no people. whatever triggers him in that moment, and it's fine. Like we all feel that. Everyone feels that, but it's just weird to fucking wait around and make sure.
Being offended is fine. We all get offended by things. Just don't just walk home. No, I didn't like that joke. Whatever. It's not a big deal.
I used to watch BET Comic View as a kid, and they'd be like, "The white man." I was like, that stings a little, but I didn't write in.
Right.
That black half impression sounds just like me.
Yeah.
You've been doing a little too much white devil material on BET recently. Can we switch it around?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm definitely
writing in would be the whitest thing I could do too.
Yeah.
Dear BET.
Dearest BET. Sincerely, Mark.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
So how much longer are you here?
I'm here. It's what day is it? Wednesday? I've been here so long. I'm here for 2 more days. Yeah, just 2 more. Thank God it's almost over. This is like the party time too, so it's fun now.
Hell yeah.
Have you been drinking heavily here? Or no?
A little bit, yeah. They party here. It's a huge party culture here.
I don't get why more people don't do bachelor parties in Montreal.
Oh, it is the big bachelor party for Canada. It is
Canada, but I mean, like even Americans, like because
it's like prostitution's basically legal here.
Yeah,
it is.
Now we sound like real pieces of shit.
No, it literally is. Like it's like not, but you go to the strip clubs and there's like a red light aisle. You go down, there's rooms and shit. Yeah, Mark's out.
Homer, pew, you hear the door.
Yeah,
the car door.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know it was legal.
So yeah, someone was telling me last night they go to the strip club. There's like a row of rooms. You just go in and you get a massage, but like everyone knows what the deal is. Yeah,
I'd like a massage from the stripper, please.
At 3 a.m. Please, I'm kind of tight. Yeah,
I know she's really good
I'm
with
7 martinis deep.
I have a really bad knot in my penis.
Yeah.
If you could,
you just suck on it a little bit, the knot will come out.
No, this is known. I don't think I've been to a Montreal strip club. I know. I think we went to one in Vancouver on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, the big orange.
Are you fans of strip clubs? I'm not a big fan.
Not really.
I think it's kind of not sexy, honestly, to me.
I agree.
I think it's like
I feel bad for them.
I'm getting too old. Like all the women there are so fucking young.
They're so
and they're just like
not good. It's kind of pedophilic a little bit, and they look younger than they are.
Yes,
they purposely do that.
I feel the
weird.
same at Hooters. Hooters, I'm like, I can't do this.
She's like, I'm in college. I'm like, okay, I don't want wings anymore. I gotta go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here, take $20. Good luck.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's not
go.
fun.
Gary Veter's got one of my favorite jokes in his new special. Should I not say this, James? It doesn't matter. Gary's got a joke about how a stripper came up to him and she goes, "I'm going to give you the best night of your life." He goes, "Really? The best night of my life? Better than the day my children were born? And better than the day I married my wife?" And she goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right, fuck it. Let's do this."
It's a good night.
Woo, yeah, strip clubs. I did a thing. We went to a strip club when I got New Faces. This is years ago. And they go $5 a song for dancing, and I was
that's a
song.
deal. Holy shit!
But of course, I was young, dumb, and full of semen, and I blew it. And I did like 12 songs, and I was broke.
And they were Ramones
12
songs.
in a row with the same woman.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Because the songs are like these techno bullshit. Like they all
make them
blend together.
shorter. They and you don't. I
don't know what the break is. I'm waiting for Stairway to Heaven. Give me a 12-minute song here.
Yeah, play
you make your own mix. You're like, it starts with November Rain. Let's do this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
funny.
she got me. She
of course. Like, what are you gonna do? 2-minute lap dance? You're like, this is incredible.
Yeah, and I blew my whole profit from New Faces, which was like a $12 check.
Right.
Mark and I were New Faces together.
The same year.
Yeah.
What year was
Mark and I's careers
2013.
for many years paralleled each other.
That's
I think
crazy.
we both auditioned 4 straight years, and every year.
did 5.
For people that don't know about this, it's like you get a new thing in Montreal. It's like the introduction to the industry, whatever. And every year I was like, "Mark, you're going." You're like, "I'm serious. I didn't believe you that you weren't."
Because you can't tell each other when you get it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would have told each other, but
okay.
I didn't believe him. I thought he was like. I don't know if you were like maybe trying to protect my feelings that you got it and I didn't. And I was like, no, I want you to go.
Right.
But I thought you were just lying to me to maybe protect my feelings.
Probably was it.
Oh, wow.
But
it worked out.
That's amazing you got it the same year.
No. That year you told me. But every year Mark was like, no, I'm not going. I didn't believe him.
I see.
Right.
Because I was just like, he should be going in my mind.
I got it the year they fucked us over. Have you heard about this?
No.
I got it in 2016. They completely ruined the show and they apologized afterwards. And it's like legendary. They're like, yeah, 2016, they really fucked the New Faces
I was
over.
here. We were here that year.
You probably might have been.
Wasn't Janelle James on your show
Janelle
too?
James was on my show.
She was complaining to me about it, and I was like, Oh, so people just didn't go or something?
The show didn't start till like 11:30 at night, and then
this is like a big deal
it's
for
a
young comedians.
I was 3 years in, and is amazing. I don't know how I got it, honestly. It's crazy, but they said it was sold out, but it was only half full. The first like 6 rows of the theater were empty. And then I don't know if I should say the name of the host, but the host was an older comic who did not care that he was there, and just did bad crowd work, forgot JP McDade's name, and had to go to the side of the stage and be like, "What's your name again?"
I wish you would say. Wait, can I guess? If I guess it,
it's like an old comic. Yeah,
black or white?
Black.
Mark Curry?
No,
he's
actually a good comic too, but he just did not care about this show.
Damn, Cosby
has the same initials as our first president.
President.
Yeah.
Okay.
George Wallace.
Yeah. It was
Damn.
George Wallace.
All
He did not give a shit. He did not give
that
a
was pretty
shit.
easy. Come on,
that was
first name.
I thought
too.
I kind of threw that.
I was thinking
softball
George
up there.
Jefferson. I don't know. President Jefferson.
George Wallace is funny as shit, though.
He's funny, but he
funny.
just didn't want to be there, which I get.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when late,
it's
but you
below
gotta,
him.
But you do have a duty to
You
help
had a
out the
dude.
young
He
comics.
did, and he like made them turn on the house lights at one point so he could see the crowd, and then they didn't turn them off for like 10 minutes, and it was like a disaster. I went up like 8th or 9th out of 12, and the industry was gone. They'd left.
It's a brutal. It's a
They
brutal
left.
thing.
Yeah,
because-
I almost quit comedy. I was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
Well, you feel like it's rigged in those moments. I remember when I auditioned at the comic strip, it was a big deal for me. I was a young comic, and that club meant a lot to me. And I was waiting. It's like you have a lottery to audition. You're like, okay, there's 6 spots. It's after the regular show. So the regular show starts at 8. We go in at like 10:15. So it's already a hard spot.
God.
Yeah.
Maybe 10:30, who knows? So they restart. They're like, guys, stay. These are new guys auditioning. So a lot of the crowd was nice enough to stay. Out of the 6 comics, I draw fucking number 6.
Oh,
And everyone before me sucked, okay? The guy who's number 5 before me, I shit you not, he has a nervous breakdown on stage, and he's bombing so hard that he's like, I shouldn't be doing this. What the fuck? And he starts freaking out. He walks out of 80 people in the room, I'd say 68.
Oh
What?
my!
And I'm watching this, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's over for me. Why am I? It's rigged. I have no chance. And I just said, fuck it. I'll do what I can with 12 people. And I just was riffing, and I was making fun of him, and I was Richie Tinkin, who ran the club at the time, was like, I like you for not giving up there, and
Wow.
I wasn't great or anything.
You?
He passed me for late night, and I was
Wow.
There we go.
but it was a moment where you're like, this can't be fucking happening
It's
to me.
just not fair.
But it was
That's
for
what
late night. It was just
yeah.
for late night spots, but it was something. It was something.
Wow, that's huge.
Wait, how
yeah.
long was the set?
5 minutes.
He walked 68 people in 5 minutes.
It was-
that's talent,
but
honestly,
picture-
in its own way. If we tried to walk 60% of the crowd in 5 minutes, you couldn't do it.
Couldn't do
That's
it.
amazing.
He had a full-on meltdown. Like there's.
That's so
You
funny.
sure it wasn't his act?
Yeah,
Like that wasn't his thing.
he's the meltdown guy. Oh shit!
He goes on America's Got Talent. Heidi, they all just start applauding. Like this is a fucking good meltdown.
You got tape face and meltdown. Yeah. Holy shit! Just watching all 68 walk out.
Oh
it's
my
gotta be
god! And you're just pleading with them,
soul-crushing.
please stay.
Yes.
Please
Oh,
stay.
it was. I wanted to. I was. You're like, there's nothing you can do. But those moments for the, you feel like you only have one shot, but then later on you realize
You realize you get 150
You get a
shots.
lot of shots.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a guy who did New Faces and lost his manager. So I'll tell you later.
Oh my
but it
God.
happens.
Lost his manager?
Yeah, because he had he's a hilarious guy, but it was a tough setup. And the manager's like, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Just whatever. It didn't feel right. And he was like, all right.
Is he doing well now?
He's killing it now.
Oh,
So it's just a
you can't
blip.
dump a guy from one set. That
I
shows
know.
you didn't believe in
The
them.
guy's no longer even in the business. The
Oh,
manager.
good.
So he didn't know what
He
he
killed
was doing.
himself. It's fine. It's gonna happen.
He's not in the business of life anymore.
He had a meltdown at the strip. It was the whole thing. But yeah.
I got a really bad review from my show too. There was on top of that, this
no.
lady left a terrible review of my set.
That's a
I actually
badge of
did
honor.
pretty well,
Yeah.
but she just didn't get a joke of mine. She like completely misinterpreted, and she's like, I don't know if I should say, is a joke where I like would know all the capitals of every country, and I would say like, I also say like, I know the presidents too, and or shout out a Canadian prime minister. I'm like, I'll do it for Canada. Tell me a prime minister, I'll tell you something about them, and they yelled it out, and I was like, white male as like the joke, like obviously, and she's like, every Canadian prime minister is a white male, so I defeated the comedian. It's like
That's the
that was the
joke.
joke, lady.
Jesus.
It killed.
These reviewers.
It's like, why are you the one lady who didn't get the joke that reviewed the set?
Exactly.
It's
I
crazy.
got reviewed in Australia. I did some gig, theater, hot crowd, great show, and she goes, The hour was very good and full of jokes, but he did the classic mistake as a comedian. And I'm like,
Oh,
what the hell did I do? What's the and she goes, he opened it up at the end to crowd work. And I'm like,
That's what you planned on doing.
I didn't.
It's
that
a
wasn't
fun
a
way.
mistake.
I do
It
it
was
too.
a
Mark
thing
and I.
do.
It's a fun way to open it up. It keeps
How
you.
is that a mistake? Oops,
by the way,
crowd
I learned
work.
that from Dave Attell. You clearly know more about comedy
Right,
than,
yeah.
than
You
the
watched
fucking
7
Jedi
sets.
Master.
Exactly. I
She
said,
works
like,
for-
shout out a thing.
That was Toronto.
No, that was in Australia.
She works for the Adelaide Times.
Yeah,
She's like
exactly.
huge comedy critic.
She goes,
Yeah.
amateur move. I'm like, why would an amateur open it up? You know,
Yeah,
an amateur
you're
would be like,
right.
"I did
They would
my
be
act,
bad
get the
at
hell out
it.
of there.
Yeah.
The bad reviews are the funnest. Because I don't know why I thought you said Toronto, but it made me remind me of a thing I did. I did JFL Toronto one year, a few years ago, and I posted a review because I thought it was so funny. It was like, he didn't let up, and his set was a little too dense with punchlines.
Too funny
you
for
wrote-
Toronto.
The food tasted too good.
And it made me feel good because Gaffigan messaged me and he's like, "What are these people doing?"
They're
Here we
crazy.
go.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
There he
a third
is.
member of the fucking Top Gun fleet here.
There we
With the-
God, I'm the only guy without sunglasses now. God damn it.
What's shaking? Get on the mic.
Brian Simpson, everybody.
Oh, okay. Here we
Hell
go.
yeah.
James,
Do you-
give
do
me
you wanna
his
drink?
Glasses.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
What y'all drinking?
We got Bloody Mary. We
I
can
might
get a
go,
beer.
we go for round two or no?
Nah.
I'll do a beer.
That Bloody Marys are gross. Let me get
We also have soda, water, Red Bull.
you got alcohol?
Yeah, we got a full bar downstairs. We can get you whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
Vodka soda, whiskey, tequila.
Yeah, can I just get a screwdriver?
Oh,
Nice.
I like
What-
that.
I'll do a Peroni.
Yeah, double.
You know what?
And a screw. Yeah. And a glass of ice and a water.
We got water in there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually we gotta.
Okay. Are you going round two, Asmus?
I'll have a gin and tonic. I'll
Whoa!
stay till that. Yeah. I love a gin and
I'm
tonic.
going to stick with the girl that brought me here.
Atta baby.
Lady
Mary.
Bloody Mary.
She's on a rag. I hate to tell you.
And a glass of ice.
All right,
yeah.
Brian. Well, we lost Brian, but
He's
we had a good
immediately
run.
Gone.
There you go. Get whatever you want out of that mini fridge there.
Yeah, it's it. They have the
And then
cartons.
5 missed calls from my publicist, Pam Loshak, right
Oh,
now.
good. Put her on the
way.
mic.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Have you, Pam Loshak, classic New York angry lady.
I tell my I don't even know Pam Loshak. She's a hilarious publicist, but literally the
yeah, I
other
know Pam. Pam's
Pam
cool.
literally texted me the other day. It's just always podcast stuff, but she goes, and of course he didn't call back, and I was like, what? And she goes, oh, wrong text.
Oh God. Oh, no.
We've been on the phone before where she's just talking. She's like, oh my God, a bird just shit on me. Anyway, do you want to do this? She can't be
She
stopped.
can't leave. Let a thought not leave her mouth. Yeah,
unbelievable.
classic.
Hold on, Pam, she's calling.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit, we lost her.
So what's shaking, Brian? You got shows tonight, tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm doing that surrounded shit. And,
Oh, good luck.
Are you on Nasty
stressful.
again tonight or no?
What's today?
Wednesday.
Fuck, I don't know.
You might be.
I think I'm on the Comedy Store joint.
I'll see you there.
That's on that. That's
Is that the midnight one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at that. I'm
So
gonna
I
watch
might do
that.
both. I might slide by Nasty,
Nice.
then
nice.
slide. Yeah.
And you got surrounded. That's a night.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
night.
That's
It's
why I
stressful as hell,
I
dude.
shouldn't be drinking. I ain't stressed about shit.
Well,
long as that
actually,
check-
I
No,
would say
it
it's
is
good to
wild.
go in with a buzz for Surrounded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but I've done it before. See, I did it when it wasn't shit. Like when they thought of it, I did it in because it started out as a show in the lab at the Improv,
Oh.
and then I did it at Moon Tower when they were like, I think trying to sell it,
Yeah.
and now they got me doing it.
Oh, you know what it is.
Did they
then.
censor you at all those shows?
I don't know, man, but that's not my problem. That's an editor problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I said.
I'm not-
I like that.
Bro,
I like
refuse,
that.
I refuse to stress. I refuse to stress for people I don't respect.
Sure.
Well,
You
the
know, it's
paycheck's good.
It's like I'm funny, and you don't get to tell me that what's funny. So it's like,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
man.
You hired me. You're gonna get me.
Well,
You're gonna get the
Mark
check.
got off, and they said we could use about 2 minutes of that. Well, you did.
I
They
went
made
in.
you keep stretching. They kept making
Yeah,
you
same
go.
here. I did. I was
Dark it
doing over 20 minutes.
All of
'cause
us were like, "This
Wow, that's stressful.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's not that bad because like at that point you're just kind of like it's it's like running.
you know
the
it
first
was-
few minutes suck and then you're kind of like it's all right.
Did you know it was more than 15? You can feel that, right?
Yeah, I felt like it was a while.
Yeah,
but
that's
it also
crazy.
it goes by weirdly quickly too. 'Cause
Okay.
I mean,
fight or flight.
It looked
I was
like a
just fucking
fever
with
dream.
people. I was just like, this
Yeah.
isn't how I do crowd work normally.
I can't go in with no worry, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can't function that way. So I'm going to get a little
Sure.
fucked up. I'm going to get a little high, get a little buzz.
There we go.
I'm just going to go in and just whatever.
Are you
Yeah.
on early or late?
I don't even know.
I love that.
I don't know anything. I just know they want me to show up at 5 o'clock for a rehearsal.
I
which
know.
is crazy.
What do you rehearse? I don't understand.
It's so they can just tell you where to stand and shit. It's complete. Like, you know what? This is what irritates me. TV people love to waste your fucking time.
They really do.
Every time I film anything, they always like, yeah, we need you here at noon, and then I ain't doing shit till 7 p.m.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and I'm like, so I never show up on time. I'm never there for.
Good.
I'm not. They say be there at 5. I'm gonna be there at 5.
Yeah, what's the rehearsal like? You get to ask how they met. You get to ask what did they do.
Exactly.
At a crowd work.
Guess what?
Like,
It's
what
always
is it?
like where to stand. Guess what? Is there going to be an X in tape on the thing? I'll figure it out.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
We've done this
It's
before.
over here. I'm like, oh, I would have found that.
The
It's
light
fine.
is a yellow light. Okay, I'll probably see
got
it.
it.
Yeah.
You know what it really is because the festival people do this too. What it is, and they don't realize what they're doing is basically what they're doing is they're transferring their stress onto you.
Right.
They want you. They're stressed out about whether you'll show up, whether you'll be on time with the show. So they want you there 4 hours early, so they are less stressed.
Right.
And they don't give a fuck what it cost you. It cost you your time, your free time.
Oh, they just
Exactly.
literally, the festival was texting me panicking because Ian Lara is supposed to open my show tonight.
Oh, they hate
and,
that.
And they're like, he's fucking, his flight's delayed. We need backup options. I was like, I just text him. It'll be okay. They're like, we need a backup. I'm like, there's a pretty big fest here. We'll figure it out if he
You
doesn't
can't find
make
a
it.
comic. Yeah.
We'll find someone.
They just- I-
We're not just going to drop the gig from him.
Yeah.
Right, and guess what? Push come to shove, I'm a headliner. I'll just do the whole thing.
stretch, yeah.
If every comic in Montreal refuses to open for me,
You'll do 90.
I'll just
you can
do-
do
yeah,
90.
what are you
It'll
scared
be
about?
fine.
We literally do comedy every night without you. How do you think when we're here we can't figure it out?
They
We
think
do this
these are
all
the only
time.
shows we're doing all year. It's like this is
Exactly.
the vacation for us.
I
And
know.
anything.
but if you
yeah.
see, you a comic, you gotta understand they don't think like
No,
because
no.
No.
We obviously we don't make good decisions. Like we don't have the same shit that they're afraid of.
No.
That's
for
why
sure.
you do this.
They're
That's the whole-
afraid of failure in a way we're
you
not.
gambled
really,
your whole life on a crazy fucking thing. Like
Yes.
they're not those kind of people.
I know.
Yeah.
They were freaking out.
So the shit that they're like, oh my god, the sky's burning. We like, chill out.
Yeah, like when I got here last week, they had like walkers to take us to the venues. Like, I'll figure it out.
What am I, Joe
We had
Biden?
to meet a walker, and she walked me there.
They had a shuttle bus for us, and we looked at the thing. We're like, it's 0.2 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Want us
they
to
had a
to get in a
bus.
shuttle, but we'll walk it. It's
They're
fucking.
worried.
It's a walking city.
Yeah.
They thought I would be attacked by a mob of
Right.
fans.
Well,
No
you
one
know
knows
what? You
the
know what it
fuck
is.
I am.
It's one
It'll
guy
be fine.
ruined it in like 1989. Like Doug
Yeah.
Stanhope blacked out at 2,
Right.
and they're like, we can't leave these comedians to their own devices.
Yeah.
They lost
Yeah.
Sam
Club.
Kinison.
Yeah. Sam Kinison was drunk driving in
Every
Northern
club
California.
you go to, every club you go to, you ever go to a comedy club where they charge you for alcohol, and you're like, this is because Vic Henley came here in
Yeah.
'98,
Shane Moss rolled
and
in here.
he fucking
Oh, God.
and he had 4 bottles of whiskey a night.
Is that a
And they
no?
were like,
Is
it was top shelf.
Kansas
We
City
have
used to have that.
Yeah, and when he had it like 20% sold, he just fucking wrecked the bar.
Yeah,
If they only
exactly.
give you one drink ticket, you know it's a bad club. Every
True.
time, it's going to be a bad club. If
they
they don't let
charge
you
you for
drink
food,
for free,
it's like,
it's
yeah.
never good. There's a reason they're skimping on the bottom
course.
line. It's because
Of
they're not
course.
making enough money.
Yeah, how do y'all feel about this? Is my first time here. Y'all been here?
Hey, congrats.
You were never,
I've been here
you were never a
once.
new face.
I was a new face, but it was during the pandemic.
Wow. Oh, so you did in L.A.
We did it in LA, right?
Whoa.
Which I loved because I was like, I don't want to leave the country for what?
Oh, you did with Sarah Sherman, right? Was she on it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. SNL
Man, that
lady.
shit's a blur, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the next morning I got. So no, I mean,
You weren't bummed to not do the like. I'd be bummed to not do the thing.
no, I was so relieved.
Really?
He lived in L.A.
I was like, I don't want to leave.
You
America.
just took an Uber to do New
Every
Faces.
time I leave
yeah.
America, I'm like, I prefer America. Like I don't want to go other places if I don't have to.
Well,
Really?
you also missed out. Was Jeff Singer the guy you auditioned for?
Well, he was.
So this guy.
Yeah, I remember Jeff.
so
Oh,
the-
yeah.
He's like, that N-word's got it.
He did, but the day I auditioned for him, the next morning is when I got the Netflix thing. So I wasn't as excited about New Faces. I was like, well, okay, sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was still cool. It's still,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it is
great
annoying
year.
auditioning for a dude who wore a fedora.
It was sad to see him get like canceled because I was like, he really liked my comedy.
Well, it was wild to hear all that shit that came out about. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
I can't
know.
believe a guy in show business was sleazy.
Yeah,
This
what
is
the
insane.
hell?
Bro, I tell people this all the time. Women are lucky that there isn't a Me Too for them because
Oh, yeah.
because look, because it's really about power, right? And almost every woman with power is creepy too.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
I'm talking about in show
100%.
business. So, but it's like no one would give a fuck if men started being like she
In like
offered it
10
for me.
years,
She
they
sucked my
will,
dick.
though.
No one would care.
No one cares.
So, but it's like, but we like if we really wanted to, we could get a lot of these hoes canceled.
We were talking about this last night. There's a touchy producer lady. She's rubbed my arm.
She was touching us, and we were like,
bitch, I don't. But I get it though. I until I got in show business, I didn't understand. But it's like, you be like, bitch, I'm not attracted. I don't stop standing so close to me and touching my dick.
Right.
Mark and I were kind of flattered by the attention, but I understand.
When I was single, I fucked like 2 producers.
Oh man, was that a mistake or you?
No, it was great. I mean, I got an album.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Netflix special today.
Right. Thanks, Joanne.
I will say this: what the same thing I love about this place is the same thing I hate about it.
French.
The French. It is the French.
It's very chill, but no one's in a hurry.
The service is terrible
Service is
here.
Awful. Right.
Every restaurant's
I tried
crazy.
To get a coffee before I got here. I'm standing at Starbucks it took everything in me not to be like, bitch, are you gonna help me, bitch?
Wow.
They're like mad that you ordered a coffee. Like, a coffee here? What?
Right.
Why would you?
Whereas it's like nobody will tell you anything. No one.
I knew he'd come with peeves. I like
No
this.
one's like right with you. None of that shit. They just
Yeah.
like, I smoke cigarettes. It's 9 a.m. You work at Starbucks. You can't smoke a cigarette.
Right.
It is fun to see a French homeless person, though.
Yeah.
I've never seen a homeless person speak French. They're like, oui, oui, baguette. I'm like, look like a bad poet. He's just a poor poet.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. A homeless dude walked up to me. I didn't know he was homeless because, like he said, I just thought he was like a disgraced professor, right? and he walked up and he's like, "Parlez-vous français?" I was like, "No, English." He's like, he goes, "I am the homeless."
It's kind of nice because we can go, I don't understand. You finally get that on your
You're
side.
like, I thought you were a new face. Like, I thought they don't get paid a lot, you know?
The homeless, like you the leader.
I am the homeless.
It's the only place you see hobos with scarves too. I kinda
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
It's
right.
nice.
Yeah, with a little bit of style.
Hobos with jewelry on. They got a couple
Right.
rings.
Is that a
Yeah,
Rolex?
yeah.
Nice. All right.
It is a kind of a sexual place though. Like
Oh, you can feel it.
it feels
crazy.
like everyone.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like everyone wants to fuck you, doesn't it?
I know.
Yes.
Like everyone, you got to get used to that and like shake it off because it's not what's happening.
No, it's just
just
French.
French.
It's European vibes.
They be looking you in
right.
the eye. They be looking you with the fuck me
It's
eye,
flattering, though.
but they just saying hello.
Yeah, you don't get this greeting in Ottawa. I don't think. This is Montreal energy for sure.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
real.
The women here, stunning.
Yeah. It's a. I don't know about that.
I
it's
agree.
my
I
type.
agree.
I like a
They're
brown,
very,
black
very
hair,
beautiful
black,
here.
dark eye.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, but like in a different way. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like.
It's less fake tits, blonde,
Right.
that
It's not
porn
the,
star
it's
shit.
not the cookie cutter beautiful. It's just-
Right.
It's like I woke up and just washed my face and I look.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, thank
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah.
Come
Thank you,
on.
man.
So, what is for
The screwdriver is for right here. And I'll hand
Gin
that
and
to him
tonics,
there.
right? I'll
So
just
funny. We're like, man, the
say
service in this
that.
town sucks. And then comes
And this is great.
this lovely
This is
lady
great.
with
Thank
the
you
tray
so
of
much.
drinks. Beer for me and a cup of ice for Brian over
Mark,
here.
how the fuck did you get a fancier hotel than everybody else?
I said, fuck it. I can't stay with the comics. It's too anxiety inducing. So I'll spring for a W.
There's 3 levels. The new faces get a different hotel than everyone else. So
Really?
there's 3
Really?
levels
it's
of
on
comic
room
hotels. Yeah.
814.
Oh,
I thought the Hilton would be the move. I thought it was like, but then I forgot because I think the Hilton until Friday, Saturday is okay. That's when I don't want to fucking be there.
That's when everyone's gonna hang. Yeah.
Mark and check into this motherfucker.
Really?
Pretty sexy.
I don't mind it for 2 nights.
Well, it's
And I'm usually a hotel
you so
snob,
much.
but it's like I look at this as a festival, and I want to see.
I've been here since
comics.
Sunday.
Sure.
Ooh.
Well, that's the problem.
I came in early because I was originally supposed to go to West Nyack.
Well, you were here Sunday?
Because I was going to go straight from
Cheers,
West
by the way,
Nyack to
boys.
here.
Oh, that's right.
Cheers.
Cheers
Mazel.
to Montreal.
Hey, bonjour,
Here we go.
oui, oui.
Man, we should have got soda in this motherfucker.
Well, we got some over there.
No, dance.
Oh,
He
he
left.
left.
He
Oh, we
left.
would've.
He was
We
only
got-
here one day.
We got more Poppins coming. We
I
got
thought he was
we
just
got a
pissed and
crew.
left. Oh.
No, there's
We
2
figured
more
we're here. We
people.
might as well get a hang going. This is
Yeah, more people are popping in.
Man, my nigga got the alien wear. You a gamer or you just?
He's got the Fortnite skin.
That's the StarCraft guy's computer, I feel like. It's nothing wrong with StarCraft.
No, because look,
I
I
love
mean,
it.
if you got that laptop, you want people to know you play video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those muscles.
Because you see how the back of it just light up for no reason.
He's playing Diablo the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Googling.
It's
No,
just
he's
lit
on
up.
Diablo.
He's signaling.
Most gamers can't bench what James can bench, though. I mean, James is a big
You could
boy.
bench a gamer.
Yeah, right. And they're
I don't know
big.
about
And
that.
they're big. Yeah, there's some big gamers.
A couple of the Asian ones.
Yeah.
The white guys are fat as shit.
You don't see fat Asians.
Not
Oh,
really.
that's the other thing.
Rarely
I haven't
see a
seen-
fat
I'm the
Asian.
fattest person in Montreal.
I was.
we were just talking about that. He was talking about you're the fattest guy here.
We had a whole episode about how you're the fattest guy in Montreal.
It's
yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody walks everywhere, probably.
I
And the
assume.
food's healthier. They
Food's
don't use
better.
the
You know
same
what?
chemicals
And
we
none
do.
Of, none of these fucks, none of them will break the rules. They all just wait for the fucking light.
They have cops waiting for jaywalking.
Oh,
we tried to
yeah.
jaywalk
really?
and they're like, no. The cops were
Canadians
like,
are the
don't
slowest
do it. Yeah.
drivers. I've never seen people obey the speed limit this much.
Right.
It's
It's
infuriating.
incredible.
Yes. I
Well,
was
if you're in a
like,
rush,
man.
you're like, "Dude, I got a fucking flight. I was leaving Edmonton, and we're going like 28 and a 40. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Trying to get to
Killing
the
me.
airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28 and a 40.
Maybe that's why they don't have mass shootings. Is like these little things. This society
chill.
of politeness.
They're like, no, they say we can't.
that's
so
so
we
many
don't do
rules
it.
to
Yeah.
break a mass shooting. That's just
When,
too.
when I was walking here, somebody like we were in one of those situations where it was a one-way street this way and a me going this way.
Yeah.
And there was no cars coming, so I just started walking the street, and the lady was like, something in French. I was like, bitch,
I got a life to live. I can't waste time
I
here.
swear to God, I literally was like, I literally Googled like, fuck your mother in French.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
What is it? What is it?
It's something de merde. Hold on.
Yeah, mare is
Fuck your
French.
mother in French.
Mare is also the C word. All right.
Best de merde.
Best
And you
day
said-
mare.
Best de
That-
merde,
that's
bitch.
so
And I don't know
funny.
if it really translates. Like, they might not mean the same thing.
Right.
But it made me feel good.
I kept asking the French comics what's retard in French, and they said there's no word for it. So
Retard.
I've just been saying retard in English.
Really?
Yeah, they said there's no translation for retard in
That's
French.
our word.
Retard in French.
Retardé français.
They said it didn't have the same oomph. It doesn't mean the same in
Oh,
French.
retard,
It means like slow here. It just means
That's what it means in America.
what? Oh, it just means delay.
delay.
Because the word
Tardy.
tard is everywhere
Tardy.
on signs
yeah.
here.
Right.
There was a
Well,
sign
that's
that
where they've numbed them to it. That's why.
There's a
It's
sign that said
everywhere.
super tard somewhere
Yeah.
I saw, and it really killed. Congrats, Josh.
All right,
What's
cut
cra- You know
that.
what's crazy too is I always think about the fact that for like most of their existence, the French were known as being badasses.
Sure.
And then they just didn't help us one time in World War II. And then we would just
That
put
was
the
it.
word out like, hey, they pussies, and that's all we gonna ever refer
They
to.
fell off.
We're gonna joke about like none of us were alive when this happened, but if you call French people pussies, everyone still laughs.
Yeah.
Until we die, that's always gonna be the joke. And they I don't know if they really are pussies now, but it was like
There's some badass French people. But
they conquered
there
all
are.
of Europe.
Yeah.
They were the last people to do that.
We
And
both
Napoleon.
lost in Vietnam. We the French
Oh.
and us. Yeah,
yeah, but they also
yeah.
they needed a lot of help. And
Yeah.
lack of work ethic, bad war record.
Armpit hair.
bad war record.
Well, yeah,
They beat all of Europe.
I know, but look,
Napoleon.
World
That
War
was in
II,
the
they needed a lot of
1800s,
help.
though. Yeah.
They needed a lot of help to beat Europe.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
World War One, they got
Everybody
kind
had
of
to get together to
slaughtered.
beat them.
everyone had to get together, but
Yeah.
U.S. baby.
Actually, let's see, twice, right? Didn't Napoleon do it twice?
Napoleon did it
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, he like 20 years. He
But
kind
they
of
were
ruled.
tough.
The,
French Revolution.
my point.
he
is-
wasn't even French though. Napoleon's Corsican. He's not even
Oh,
French.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And they have
Yeah.
some of those badass like special forces and shit.
That's what I mean, like Krav Maga and shit.
I mean, my
but
point is, I'm not saying they're not pussies, but they're not any more pussies than the rest of Europe.
Right.
Sure. Yeah. Swedish aren't, and the Swedish are weaker.
I
than
just
the
think of them as
French.
more chill. I mean, I think of like the 35-hour work week or whatever the hell they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
cigarettes and
Well,
chocolate.
see, I like that.
I feel like the
wine.
French had their empire, and they're like, we're done with that. We
Right.
kind of like not being a world
kinda like
power
the
anymore.
Greeks.
It's
Greece.
stressful to be a world power.
Of
It's a
course.
lot of work. They
It's
just
a lot
want to
of
drink
upkeep.
wine. Yeah.
Yeah, Greece was the king of the castle. Now
And
they're
now they've
just
done
fat.
nothing.
What, they have a salad?
invented pedophilia.
They got tourism.
They're great.
They got tourism.
they got
Who
wildfires
you
right
think next
now.
after us? Who's next?
China's got it.
China.
They already passed us probably. Honestly,
Yeah, I
they
think
probably
so.
did.
Oh, the
they
Dutch
probably,
had it for a while too. But yeah,
the Dutch
China.
everyone's had a run at it. Yeah, the British did a good
China's
job.
on
But
top.
but now we're talking work ethic. The Chinese.
They work harder.
They work really
Exactly.
fucking hard.
We're getting lazy.
It's just because they don't have a middle class yet. Wait until their middle class is getting bigger and bigger. They're gonna have like
That's
Oh,
true.
Is that right?
as soon as their next generation of kids that grow up with shit. Once they start getting consoles,
Right. That'll.
Because they were all poor as shit. They're like, we got to work hard.
When they start identifying their genders and shit.
Yeah, that'll slow them down.
Yeah,
Good point.
Because don't forget,
Because that costs time talking to your father, reconciling. That's a whole. That's like a few weeks right there. Yeah.
Don't forget, we still dominate culturally. Like everybody still wants to be American culture.
Yeah. You got that right.
Yeah.
They know who Kim Kardashian is over there.
They know.
We don't know. We don't know their equivalent.
Michael Jordan is
Right.
Oh, well, we got.
Although I feel like soccer is like sports-wise, just so much.
Soccer's the biggest cultural thing.
Look at what athletes are getting paid. This player,
Messi.
No, not Messi.
No,
black dude.
Mbappe. How do you say his name?
Mbappe. Yeah, the French guy. Yeah.
Fucking $1.1 billion.
Whoa!
For 1 year.
Insane.
For one
For 1
fucking
year.
I don't think that goes to him though.
Million or something.
Maybe
It was
after
more than
shit.
LeBron made in his whole career.
In his whole NBA career.
Messi's
But then
getting,
even
like-
Jordan, everyone talks about Jordan. He made his fortune from the shoe, not from playing.
The top athlete earners are all soccer. Top 10 are all soccer.
But NBA's
I
jumped
think.
up. Like just 10 years ago, the highest paid player was Mike Conley, was like 153.
Mike Conley was the highest paid player.
Irish.
It was just at the
Briefly.
right time.
Oh,
It was like
wow.
he signed at the right time. But then
Okay.
Jaylen Brown just signed for 3 something.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's
And
crazy
NBA players,
money.
Their contracts are guaranteed.
They're guaranteed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not
Why the-
football players are getting
Why
fucked
the
now.
fuck would you choose
running
football?
backs?
I would not let my kids play football.
No.
There's
Really?
no upside.
CTE, you can't.
Because even if you have the potential to be the greatest football player that's ever lived, you still gonna make a tenth of what
And you might do
any other sport.
and more of the damage.
And you might do a
Saquon
murder
Barkley is-
suicide when you're 40.
Saquon Barkley is maybe the best running back in football, and he's not going to get paid. It's
Right.
crazy.
They're just
'Cause-
like, well, yeah, we're not gonna pay you.
yeah, and I'm a Giants fan. I'm like, this fucking sucks. I love that guy.
And the injury,
So,
yeah, it's crazy.
I love it. But why is that bad?
No, I'm just feel
We got 2 Super Bowls on the Patriots in the last 20
Are you a
years.
Knicks fan too?
I'm a huge
The
Knicks
biggest.
Oh, wow. dude.
What do you think? Look at this shirt.
No, I empathize with you because I'm a Commanders fan.
Oh, okay.
And
Which one is that? The Redskins?
yeah. we don't say
Yeah.
that anymore.
Formerly,
Sorry,
don't dead name them. No dead
we were
naming.
the Redskins, and then we were just the football team, which was way better than the new name.
I thought that was kind of a cool name,
I
actually.
thought it was great. It was
That was like old. That was like what they do in soccer. They're like just football
No,
club.
remember they used
That's
to
what
go,
they
Right.
do. Yeah.
Sometimes they still go the New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah, but
I call them the casinos.
But our owner,
Dude, Jalen Brunson's fucking awesome. I love our team so much right now.
Okay, all
Do
right.
you have a basketball team or not?
not really. I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I'll say the Wizards.
They've never been good though, really, have they? Have they? They made the playoffs a few
never. I
times.
mean, we had
They
some
made the
exciting
playoffs.
times.
Yeah.
but not really. And but I don't really. I'm not.
I loved Gilbert Arenas, man. He was the man.
Gilbert was dope. He was kind of dumb.
He was crazy, but that's why I
Crazy
loved
as
him.
shit, but he was that dude. Like that. I remember that Kobe game. I just saw some of him talking about that. Where
I did a sports podcast, and he was a guest, and that was the whole episode was about that game, the 60-point game.
Oh,
and
wow.
I mean,
trying to call himself the Black Mongoose.
yeah.
Like, that's cold. That's cold.
wow.
That's great.
That's some cold shit to say to Kobe Bryant.
That's
I don't give a fuck what
great.
you talking about. Yeah, but
He was a great player,
then
though.
Kobe came back to the next because I heard. So there was somebody else in that game. I can't remember the dude's name, but Kobe. It was because he tells a story about how in the fourth quarter of the next time they played, he went up to him and was like, "You had a good game," and then Kobe put up like 40.
Oh.
Were you a big
Damn.
Kobe guy?
Fuck no.
Yeah. He was fun to watch, though.
No, I'm not a basketball guy,
Right.
but I was never a Kobe guy.
You're a football guy.
Because the Lakers to me were like the Cowboys, where it's like
Yeah.
they're just the team. They were like the bandwagon team that you root for.
can't root
don't
for
know
the
shit about the
Lakers.
sport.
Kinda like the
people,
Yankees.
people that ain't from LA root for the Lakers, like because when we were kids, like my generation, when we were kids,
Magic,
that's who was winning.
Shaq.
So I put it like this: I don't respect anybody that's both a Lakers fan and a Cowboys fan.
There you
Or
go.
a combination
Sure.
of Yankees.
Right, all
It's-
that. Like they're like, oh, I like the Yankees, the Cowboys, and the Lakers. Like you just a fucking.
It's a hack. It's like liking
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham.
Like,
You have no
believe-
character.
Yeah,
You
believe
have no
in
character.
something. Believe
yeah.
in something that don't mean
Yes.
like
That's why Knicks fans are fucking awesome, man. We're loyal.
Or like in Minnesota, our teams never win.
Well, your team's
The teams
fucked for a long
you
time.
got the Vikings.
But we never win. We're good, but we never
Twins?
win. The
Y'all
Twins did win. The Twins did win once.
Wait,
Yes.
the Vikings won a Super Bowl, right?
No, they've never. They've lost
y'all-
4.
y'all
They've lost 4.
gotten
Oh, they've
close.
lost.
They've lost
4.
the most without winning of any team. Yeah.
No, that's not true. The Bills lost 4 in a
I think
row.
but the Bills have won one. I think.
I don't know.
I don't think
Have
Maybe
they?
in the
No, they
60s
Actually,
or
can you?
something.
No.
Oh, they
Give that
haven't
a
won.
Google there,
Okay,
James. Did the
they
Bills
might.
ever
They might
win?
not have. I
I
thought
like
they
the Seattle
did.
Storm.
The Bills lost 4 Super Bowls.
They did win a row. They did.
They lost
lose
4
4
Super
in a
Bowls
row.
to the NFC East.
Woo!
Did the Bills ever win a Super Bowl?
I don't think they did.
No,
I actually
they
don't think they
absolutely have
did.
not.
But
I went to a game. It was amazing because the fans
Buffalo.
are bananas.
Oh, they love it.
awesome.
They love
Buffalo,
it.
Freezing
they're
cold.
hardcore. I love them there,
They
dude.
live in like
Buffalo.
America's Beirut.
Is it like it's like a post-industrial wasteland?
Yes,
kind of, isn't it?
exactly.
Kind of
Great
like
Italian food in Buffalo.
Really?
They got chefs, man. Great.
Sure.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's good food there.
really good
crowds,
food.
too.
Yeah.
I got a lot of love for
Any of
Buffalo.
those
I've always
towns where
had good
all there
times.
is to do is drink, the food's great.
sure.
Yes.
Like you go to you ever been to Billings, Montana? You
I
ever-
have, actually.
Yeah, it's like one of those places where you're like, this is the middle of nowhere, but the food is amazing. There's a lot of depression and alcoholism.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is that where
Goddamn,
Big Sky was?
Oh yeah, it
was
Big
that
Sky
Billings?
there. But they'll
Okay,
give
yeah.
you a
It's my second favorite WNBA team.
Big
second
Sky.
favorite NBA
Yeah,
team.
Big
Big
Sky. No, I
Sky.
was fucking around.
I just saw a thing where a lady retired from the women's football league.
Oh,
They have
Megan Rapinoe or something.
Megan
like.
Rapinoe?
I was like, I didn't even know that there was a league.
I didn't either.
Yeah, she
Well, they were,
retired.
I mean, the World
yeah.
Cup, they were huge. I mean,
Yeah, she was very famous for the
Oh, she went
Olympics,
after
for the
Chappelle.
World Cup.
Did she?
She said
She's married to
Chappelle's
Sue Bird.
Wait, you talking about, wait a minute, is this a big girl we talking about?
No.
No, okay,
No.
we're not talking about the same
She's
person.
got purple hair. Or something.
Yeah.
no.
She
this-
said Chappelle's responsible for all the trans violence.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
okay.
Yeah.
Really? She said
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Pull it up.
Okay, all
I
right.
think that's probably true. Yeah, I believe
don't know,
that.
man.
I think she probably did say that. Not that she's right, but that she said
okay.
that. Oh, that no.
Well, I don't know, man. I feel like,
What were you saying?
like
though?
half of the trans violence is just trans people.
No.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
You ever
yeah.
live
Good
like,
point.
Like so in San Diego, the gay neighborhood was Hillcrest, right? And it's like, bro, if you were ever there after like midnight, you would always see two trans people just fucking
Same with
throwing
Christopher
hands
Street.
in the middle of the street.
People are just people. Yeah, they're just gonna
People are
fucking
people,
each
but-
other up. Yeah.
But especially like when you in that community and you can just fuck people, like you could just pull up an app and go, somebody wants to fuck right there. It's like it's gonna always be drama.
It's gonna be some
course.
drama.
Fucking-
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's gonna be drama.
I don't know. Gay guys seem to be pulling it off.
You see people run, yeah, but it's like you see somebody running out of an apartment with their wig and their heels in one hand.
Yeah. That was the best
You know,
night of
it's
my life.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Gay guys have it good. They-
Funny, that is almost like their gym
fuck.
bag, right? You just take it in here and you're like, oh,
yeah.
I'm
It's
going
the
out.
closest,
Yeah.
It's the closest thing that humans will ever have to being like back to being primal.
Yeah, just
You know,
fucking
where you can just go
hanging.
like a wolf can go to the top of a hill and just I'm horny and everybody will show up.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, like a parrot,
Yeah,
like
but we
screeching.
got
Yeah.
They call that a steam room.
Yeah, we got feelings
Yeah.
and reflection, and so it keep us from being nasty.
Yeah, so true. Damn.
Like if you could get a room full of people and you could snap your fingers, but like everybody do whatever you want for the next hour. Snap, and they couldn't resist. It would be a lot.
Everyone
of
would
shit
jack
happening.
off.
You're right.
Every single person would jack off, probably.
No, they would fuck each
Nah,
other.
he's
Or
not at
fucking
this
each other.
festival.
Get laid, yeah.
I would probably not try to get
People
laid.
would
I'd
be
just
fighting
jack
and
off.
fucking at the same time.
I did.
Yeah.
When Sandy hit New York, this hurricane, all the power went out in all of New York, which is insane. It's millions of people with no power. Within 20 minutes, I lived in the Lower East Side, which was already kind of a dicey area. 20 minutes, nothing but glass breaking, women screaming, and babies crying.
Wow.
Crazy. You'd
Really?
see like bottles like flying past your window and shit. It was
I love
wild.
that. I love that.
It was scary. I had barricaded
We're
the
very
door.
close to anarchy. We don't
Right
even know
there.
how close we are.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
20 minutes without Wi-Fi, I'm ready to throw a fucking punch.
Yeah.
Let's do this. No 5G, let's go.
Speaking of gay, remember
I'm
that
grabbing
Bill-
my high heels and I'm throwing down.
Remember that Bill Burr joke where he like shoulder checks a lesbian on the street? It's like a big like bull
Yes.
dyke, and he's like, "Why the hell are lesbians always so mad?" Oh, they deal with women. That's a great joke.
That's a great bit.
Exclusively with women.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's his
funny.
new special. That was so funny.
Yeah, was that Red Rocks?
That was, it was a
Yeah.
recent one.
Bro, I know so many lesbians that's in abusive relationships.
For sure.
Mentally,
No, physically.
Physically,
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, get physical.
Man, that's our thing.
Because there's no stigma.
they're stealing our shit.
That's appropriation.
There's
Cultural
no one.
appropriation.
No, there's no one to be like, oh, that's not appropriate, or no one's going
Yeah,
to judge
'cause
you.
most people
for
say
slapping
it's-
the shit out of your wife.
Well, they say
Right.
it's a fair fight, but it's someone's bigger and a better fighter.
right,
Yeah,
Sure,
right.
relationship.
Butcher.
Yeah. Someone straps on the dildo, and that person has an advantage.
Here, here.
So lesbians have the highest rate of domestic violence.
Whoa!
No.
Toxic female.
4% of lesbians and 61% of bisexual women have experienced forms of the R word and physical violence.
They've been hurt.
Holy
They've
shit.
been hurt more than Buffalo Bills fans. That's terrible.
Yeah, and more consecutively too.
AFC championships. Though.
Yeah.
They won
They
two
didn't win at
AFC
all, though.
championships.
The
They never won.
We
Damn,
need to
I
change
was
the name to the
wrong.
Washington Lesbians.
I always say they should have funnier names like Memphis Menopause and shit like that. You know?
Right.
Houston
There'll be
Hormones.
so many people mad about it.
I know.
For sure.
We losing our sense of humor.
Oh, tell me about it.
We are. We take out some. Well, we don't, but a lot of people take themselves too serious.
Well, it's weird because everybody has a voice, so they can just tell
That's
you when
the
they don't
problem.
like.
That's
so
the
I just
problem.
keep doing it. I didn't change. Like I put my special out. Good to see real comedy. I'm like, I'm just doing comedy. It's not real. It's just comedy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stop calling it real comedy. Just
I don't know
call
if
it
people
comedy.
are more offended. They're just more able to share
That's
their
what it is.
offense.
They've always
In the old days, they just would watch David Letterman get mad at a joke, and they'd be like, Youngstown, Ohio. You couldn't tweet about it. It's just
Right.
like, oh, Danielle doesn't like Letterman.
Chappelle
That's it.
said in some interview, this is, when the show was on, so it was like less internet going on, and he said he would get bags, like garbage bags full of hate mail, and they would just throw them in a dumpster.
Oh,
Like, they
wow.
wouldn't
Yeah,
even
they
open
used to
it.
just write letters like, Hank Aaron, we
Yeah.
hate you,
Yeah,
or whatever. It's
exactly,
like,
exactly.
that's what they used to
but
do.
that was only the most dedicated person. Now it takes way little effort.
Way-
It's way less effort, exactly. You can just,
Yeah,
oh, I
tweet
hate
is
you.
so easy. They have
So easy.
They have way too much. I mean, look, it's helped all of our careers.
Yeah.
The fact that they have this kind of access to us, but it's also
point.
you're gonna get some of that shit.
We should limit posting. You should get like 2 tweets a week. Then you wouldn't waste it on these frivolous things.
It's like Chris Rock's bit about bullets.
Well, they just based it on your
Right?
IQ.
oh, right.
10,000.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Rock's like, it's not the guns about me. Make bullets really expensive.
Oh,
You know,
I
You
love
have
that.
my property. Yeah,
That's great.
Rock's got a lot of fucking classic
bullets
bits.
on
A lot
layaway.
of gyms.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Gyms. I don't know. See, man, I'm scared to get that rich because I think I'm gonna stop being funny when I'm that rich.
It seems to happen.
I would
guys.
quit.
I was on
I
a
would
plane
quit.
with Jay-Z, a private jet.
You
You're
get
like,
less
Yeah,
relatable
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You just get less relatable shit. And also, it's like you write this because you kind of have to, and then you get to a point, I think, when you're like at a fucking party with these famous people, and just comfort. It's not just wealth that makes you less funny. I think it's comfort that makes you less funny.
Yeah.
Like irritability is an important part of this. Like you came in here annoyed, and it was funny.
Yeah.
Good point.
Irritability. You're not going to be as irritable if you showed up here in with a driver, and it's just different.
Yeah, you can't be like, you guys know how hard it is purchasing a yacht, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's an annoying process. Yeah,
It
yeah.
totally happened. Dude, I remember I went to visit a friend, and I rented a car, and you know how when you go to pick up your car, there's always what they do now. There's a luxury vehicle sitting right there where you pick up your car, and it's like for just an extra $25, you could rent this one. And I was like, we get that motherfucker,
Yeah, $25.
Yeah, and then because I was always one of those people, like when I was working at the comedy store, people would pull up in all these fancy ass cars. I was like, I would never spend
Right.
$90,000 on a car. That's crazy. And I'm getting me a little Civic, with the full package, but I'm getting me a little
Reliable.
Civic. No, but then I rented this car, and I got back because I'm buying a car now, and I was like, I need ventilated seats.
Ventilated.
It's a must. It's a deal.
I don't even know what that means.
It means so when you turn on the AC.
Oh, the
it
air
blows
goes through the.
through the
Oh,
That's nice. You get the armpit
Heated
area.
seats
It
too
gets
is
all
huge.
that. It gets
That's
all
nice.
the air is blowing up your ass and all that.
Oh shit!
Normally you sit in the car, you just sweating on the leather,
Right.
Right.
Nah, with the
But
ventilated
you need,
seats.
I think, as long as you're putting yourselves, that does to me is not making the difference. As long as you're putting yourselves in relatable situations, so you can still connect to
as long as
people.
you
Yeah.
don't separate yourself from the people.
You
Exactly.
can't
I
live in
thi-
an ivory tower of like money and
Like,
stuff.
look,
no.
Mark and I have a lot of jokes about like flying and shit like that. That's people relate to that. Once you start flying private, you lose that.
gone.
But sometimes but the thing is, it's inevitable. If you get too big, you have to.
Right.
Because you're going to get to the point where
So you have to find other
you
ways.
can't walk in the airport. Dave Chappelle can't walk through the airport.
No.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Joe Rogan can't walk through the airport.
But I think you got to keep yourself in check.
Right.
Like that's the key because you have that little guy inside you. You were you homeless for 10 minutes? Yeah. Like that's still in you.
Yeah.
So I think as long as that guy is in you, keeping you in check, you'll be all right because you're still that guy.
Yeah.
You can't be like Colin Jost. Like, you ever have a private like pilot who's like Puerto Rican? It's a tough one.
I don't know that guy at all.
Colin, I love
a good guy.
Colin.
He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
we actually
feel
texted
like-
him to come on here
I'm
last
sure
week.
he's
He
a
didn't
nice
answer
guy.
me.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
reminded me,
He's
and
a
that
good
really
guy.
bugged me.
He just was a rich guy who popped in my mind. Yeah.
But like Dave Attell keeps himself in check. Maybe to a fault.
Absolutely.
But
Too
he's
much.
always like, that was a little hacky. I got to work on that. That's not there yet. Like, that's what you need. You don't need the yes man going, you're the GOAT, you're amazing, you're flawless.
James, how
That's
often do
fun.
I, when we're on, James films me on the road, how often do I tell you, like, I feel like you're too nice to me sometimes where I'm like, tell me that's not fucking funny, right?
Well, I made a deal with you 4 days ago that I would tell you suck now.
I know.
Hey, I love that.
I was like, please tell me I suck. I don't want to hear I'm good.
It's like, yo, if you ever see me with an entourage, just fucking lay into me, bro.
There you go.
If you ever see me show with more people than need to be there,
You need a no man. You need a no guy who's like, your new half hour kind of sucks, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Marcus Aurelius
Right.
hired a guy to just walk around and be like, you're not shit. He really did, yeah. And he
Is
was
that
the
in
greatest.
Meditations?
Yeah.
That book? Yeah,
It's that he
great
hired a
book.
guy to follow
But
around.
there is a balance to be, you need a balance in this business. You can't just, live a bad life. I mean, there's a
true,
quality
too.
of life. I ran into Chris Rock on the street the other day. I was walking, I was on FaceTime, and I just hear a voice go, Sam Morril. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? That sounded like Chris Rock. And I look up, it's Rock. And he's like, how you been? And I told him, I was like, I went on like my first actual vacation recently. And he's like, you gotta take a vacation. He's like, he goes, even LeBron has an off season.
Is he pacing?
Still pacing.
But like that's true as well. He was like, Rock is. None of us would say Rock isn't one of the best ever.
Yeah, I love
and
him.
he's a dude who fucking knows how to take time off. So there's a balance where like he's still talking about relatable shit, but he's doing all these things that they're talking about. He flies private. He does. He vacations. He chills. He's got a good life. He's got a family. I think the family can keep you relatable too. You have a family.
Kids are always relatable.
Kids are always
Everyone's
relatable.
raised a kid.
Talk about struggle. I mean, kids are hell.
But
I'm gonna have a kid
but I-
just for the material.
Yeah.
It's just gonna help my career.
yeah, I'm gonna
That's
lose
it.
a kid just for the material.
I want a fucking Clapton, dude. Let's,
Also, you don't need to hire a guy to tell you ain't shit when you got major depressive disorder.
That's what I'm saying. It's in
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's already in me.
It's in the wiring.
do you feel that a lot? I mean, is that a struggle?
Oh, it's a big time struggle. Yeah, I mean, I do drugs too, so not major. I mean, I smoke weed a lot.
Yeah.
and every now and then mushrooms.
Are you on antidepressants? You ever do
I
that?
stopped doing them.
Which ones were you on?
I was on. I tried like 6 of them.
Oh yeah, I did Zoloft for a while. Yeah.
What Cymbalta? I mean.
Yeah.
And then I did this other shit that man, what the fuck is this? But it all had side effects that I couldn't fuck with.
Yeah.
I just microdose psilocybin. That's the only thing that shit and the NAD shit. That's the only thing that's made a difference.
You microdose every day?
No. It's like every other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's like I was on one of them made me motherfucking it like turned me into a zombie. One of them made me randomly like have to shit my pants.
Yeah, they make you really tired. The one I was on made me tired. I was just
couldn't
tired.
come.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I could come, but I had to tap into some caveman. Like I'm talking about even just masturbating, watching my favorite porn. I had to be like, you know what I mean? Like I could
You'd use all your energy for the day.
your poor roommate.
Everything. Bro.
He's jerking it again.
Yeah, bro, I might have like a bruised pelvis when this.
He's on that Zoloft again. Holy shit.
What? So it just kills the sex drive.
They all do, a lot.
Well, or
do.
you can get like not to be too personal. you
Hey,
can get-
Sloss, get in here.
Sloss.
Oh,
What's up, dude?
speaking of not being able to
Yo,
ejaculate, Daniel Sloss.
Daniel,
Can we get you a drink,
Brian,
Daniel?
Brian, Daniel.
I know
it
your
going?
face, but I don't know you, Brian. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Dan?
Daniel,
Great
do you want a
comedian,
drink?
International.
What are you drinking?
We
I mean, we got a bar
beer,
downstairs.
We got a full
so-
bar. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one more.
I'll have a whiskey.
Just straight up or rocks? Scotch. Neat.
Scotch.
You're
neat,
always
and
drinking
another.
that.
And James, can you get him another screwdriver?
Doubled, Brian?
Easy. You got a full night ahead of you.
No, not a
there.
double, single. This
Not a double
time. Yeah.
I can't believe you got this bitch drinking.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Look at those shades. He's a gay Lennon.
We're talking about we're talking about dealing with depression here, and he's Brian is talking about microdosing and weed. Do you ever do any of that stuff?
I don't fucking trust.
We went to a weed store together yesterday.
Yeah, I smoke weed all day, every day.
Oh,
but
really?
All day, every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm always high.
You seem so not high.
Yeah, though that's part of the addict's illusion. It's like that's the thing. If you can get away with being high and nobody knows you're high, you can be high all the time.
Right.
Because nobody's judging you. But yeah. I don't get baked. I don't get like
Someone
my
knocking
fucking
on it?
head.
I'll be right back.
See, I don't get that like
Door
that either.
locks.
But I get like I want a joint every fucking 2
Really?
hours.
Is it like a medicine? It chills you out.
Well, it's medicine and I'm an addict. Like it quiets the chatter in my fucking head, and I'm a nicer person when I'm high.
Hey,
I'm more
keep
patient.
smoking.
I'm more empathetic. When I'm sober, if somebody in the street were to talk to me, I would be like, "How fucking dare you talk to me?" When I'm just like, and whereas if I'm high and somebody's like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm fucking great, man. How are you? Yeah, let's chat."
Right. I'm just not good at being altered for real shit. Like if I have to do something, I can't be altered. I'll fuck it up.
I can be high as long as I'm doing something that I've done 1,000 times.
That's what I need.
If I'm doing something new, I can't be fucked up. If I'm playing Madden or I'm doing stand up, I can be a little high. If I'm anything that I've done 1,000,000 times, I know like the back of my hand, I can be fucked up because then it's fun.
Right.
I'm trying to learn, but it fucks with your short term memory.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So it's like if you're trying to learn something new and you high, it's like you keep forgetting the shit you was just told. You don't store it the way you're supposed to.
Oh no, that's scary.
Yeah,
as comics, you need that memory. You need that recall.
Yeah, but I do feel like people who smoke, it's like it opens up a different part of your brain.
That's true too.
For me, I can't do it, but I understand why people do it.
But some people got a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't get high. You can't get high.
I can't do it, dude. I get just negativity in my
Same.
head.
The bad goes up.
I don't. Alcohol silences the voices, and weed heightens them for me.
Really?
Same
So
here.
you a happy drunk?
I'm a good drunk.
Oh yeah.
You would say so, right? I mean,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been drunk with me a lot. I think I'm pretty good.
Stop sitting his girl.
Y'all are both. Y'all are both pretty positive when I'm around y'all.
yeah.
Try to keep it positive.
Yeah, I'm not around y'all that often, but
I don't want to bring people around me down. I don't want to be that
me
dude.
neither. I hate motherfuckers that tell me all their problems.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get a
I
therapist.
complain, but I
Get
do it in a
therapist.
positive way. New York is very much, can you believe this shit?
No.
But then it's like after 30 minutes, you're like, but we're good, right?
So
Things are good.
This is a bit I'm working on.
Yeah.
But this is also my real opinion.
Please.
Your emotions are like bodily fluids, right? That is for people that love you to have to deal with.
Ooh.
Like if you shit your pants at the party, I'm gonna be like, who brought Mark? I'm not gonna help clean it up. It's not for everybody. That's for your loved ones to be like, let's get him out of here and wipe his mouth and wipe his ass.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people nowadays think that everybody's
You
responsible.
don't come on a stranger
for how they feel. Right. You don't come on a stranger. Right. You don't.
Whoa, wait, we don't. Wait.
In Scotland, maybe you do. Yeah, it's different.
No, we've all had a dude shoot a hot load all over our face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very unpleasant.
I've
Yeah.
taken public
On the train.
transport.
Right.
No.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's actually worse if it's warm, right?
It's warm.
Oh, the
so
warm
warm.
cum is way worse. Cold cum I can handle. That's a sunscreen.
When my cum is cold, it's concerning.
Nah, you ever had the blood?
Surely cold comes the worst. Surely you want warm. Warm comes fresh.
I mean, you ever come?
What is the temp of cum when I don't even
Body
know?
temperature.
Is it warm?
Yeah.
I don't
Right,
even-
right. So if it comes
Yeah,
out
right.
cold, it means it's alarming.
Is that a bad? Is that
It's like
actually
a
medical
donut. You don't
thing?
want it sitting around. It's just,
You drink it right away. You don't let it sit. Yeah.
If your cum is cold, your next generation. There's no next generation.
There's
That's,
no, you're
that's an
done.
internal
That cum's not
problem.
working.
No, that's
No,
dead
no.
cum. That's dead. That's just ghosts. It's just ghosts. It's just ghosts and goo that you've made.
Cold ghost.
Cold
Ghost.
fucking
no
cum.
one wants to be. We've been around the wet blanket at the party. The guy who corners you, where you're like, "Fuck, I'm stuck talking to this guy."
can't.
The guy who's like, "This fucking guy doesn't call me back anymore," and you're like, "Gee, I can't imagine why." You're so pleasant to talk to. We've all been around that person. I was around one of them at your wedding, and I was like, "This." I'm watching people see this person approach, and everyone does the same face, like, "Fuck."
It's my wife. Sorry. All right. Yeah. That's. I had this guy recently. Like, why don't you like me? I'm like, I like you. What are you talking? He's like, why? Come on, you don't like me. I can tell you don't like me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even think about you. I like you. What's what? And he was like, you don't like me. And eventually, I was like, this is why I don't like you. And I just snapped because he wouldn't stop.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And I get it. It sucks to not be liked, but he made me not like him.
One of a terrible thing, you guys probably don't deal with this, but at my level, like people will be like, I'll follow you. They'll just hold their phone and be like, follow me on Instagram.
Oh,
like right now, they'll be like,
that's
QR
sociopathic.
code, scan the code, I'll follow you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
This
let me decide.
I'll decide. I'll follow you and unfollow you on the way home. Sure, if that's what
Exactly.
you want. Yeah, it happens
it's
a lot.
more aggressive than a phone number. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
Right.
That's the upside of being 40. Now. You know, once you hit about 40, you stop giving. Like yeah, sure, you know, your testosterone's dropping and, you know, you got those kind of things going on, but you don't care that much. I don't need
You don't get mad about stuff like that? You're just
I don't
like,
need
fuck
people to
you.
like me.
Oh,
you know
nice.
what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, because it's still there. Like it bubbles up, but then I'm like, but yo, why do you give a fuck? You don't need friends. You're not even a good friend to your friends. or let me rephrase that, because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that I'm a fun friend. I'm not the fun friend. I'm the friend you call when you have a problem. I'm not the friend you call when you're having a party. I know, but some people they put me in the other category. Hey, Brian, we all going to? No, I'm not fucking going to whatever the fuck.
You'd rather be the problem friend?
There's a downside to being the problem.
But you got to pick one.
But I'm not built for new people. Like, I'm not trying to be around 100 people. I need.
We got like 10 more guests coming.
Yeah, right.
I need my environment to be. I need it to be less variables. I don't need strangers, because the more people you with, I put it like this: you ever go out with a big group of people?
Yeah.
The more people are in the group, the more you're going to have a problem.
Yeah,
I agree.
Something will happen.
You're going to take care of motherfucker. You're going to have to make sure somebody get home.
Right.
I'll go to dinner, but as soon as you tell me that it's more than 6 people, I'm out.
Got it.
I'm out. You know, and I'm only going if we know who paying for what. Like,
well, that's why they do the gratuity is guaranteed at a certain level, because people get shittier as you get bigger.
Right.
Right?
Oh, another guest. Here we go.
The coffin.
More people.
Hello.
Ali? What's cracking?
You give him the smallest amount of whiskey on the planet. He's a Scotsman. All right. How you doing, Al?
Can we get a mic as well? Ali Macofsky, everybody.
Hey.
You know Daniel?
Hi, I'm Ali. Nice to meet you.
You don't drink, do
Jeffrey,
you?
I feel like we met once in New York. Yeah.
Ali, do you not drink?
I never seen Ali drink.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Do you want a water or something?
Is this even plugged in, or you just
We
got
just
me here?
assume it is. We
Call
just
it the
assume
woman
they
mic.
are.
It does seem like it isn't, though.
No. This looks fake. Oh, okay. We got this.
I for so fucking long.
Doesn't this
I really
feel-
thought like it was like when you play computer games with your brother and they give you the fake controller. This was so clearly just a fake fucking microphone. I'm like, did they just want my face in like the thumbnail for this? They're like, yeah, you're part of the podcast, buddy.
Right.
We like
Nah, man,
think
you see
so.
how his laptop's glowing? That motherfucker don't got fake electronics.
It's all real. It's all
Good point.
real.
He's a virgin.
It doesn't even have like a fucking charge point at the bottom. It's
no,
so
it's so
fake looking.
light.
Yeah.
Is the sound is coming through, just to be sure. All right, just check if the levels
This guy
are.
will not fuck us. He
No,
does.
no. Even with that outfit.
But it is wild. You know, the last 2 times I did Ari's podcast, my audio wasn't recording.
No, that's racist.
Yeah, we
That's
did,
brutal, because that means you just hung out with Ari.
Right.
That is awful.
For
That's,
nothing. No, he came to my house and we did it in my house.
Damn.
And then the episode came out and it was like the audio was just fucked up.
Cut to a clip.
Bullshit.
An Air Force guy said, "I don't think you're Air Force material."
Because no one gets out of the Air Force because it's such cake. And then I featured for him in Denver. And we did it in the green room. And this time there were 3 of us. It was like the opener, me, and Ari. And we did this whole fucking podcast. And then the next day he was like, "You're not going to believe this."
Damn.
The audio's fucking.
Oh, did you like do it where you would like go on stage but keep the podcast going? We did that in Philly in the green room during the show.
No, it wasn't like that. I mean, you know, Ari's kind of like by the seat of his pants type shit.
Right. Yeah, that's what we. Yeah. That's
So
what we
I don't
did.
know I don't know if it was like an organized thought.
Yeah, it's just like let's do a podcast.
Let's just wing it. But yeah, and now he's
talking about
not
Ari.
doing it anymore.
Yeah, the Jew, Ari the Jew. Yeah, I think.
You know more than one Ari?
I know more than one Jew. So
In Scotland? Are there a
no,
few?
they're all from here.
Yeah, there are not many Jewish people in Scotland.
No,
No.
there's not. Not because we did anything to them. They just never came.
They just,
like,
too
it's, you know.
cold, too cold, too
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah. Well, Jews and black people have a long history.
Yeah.
I think we're good, right? I think there's.
Let's
Yeah,
squash
yeah.
the beef right
no, I know
now.
James
Was there beef?
No, I know James
know.
Baldwin wrote some nasty shit about Jews. I mean, he was just like, he knew Jews only as like landlords and like, that's.
I think he was talking about Israelis. No?
I mean, Eastern European Jews. I think there's a lot of type of Jewish landlords, but But then overall, I think Jews, black civil rights stuff, we're good. We link
No, but
together.
Yeah, well, it
was
was
in
like
there.
everything
Bernie,
because
yeah.
like the word ghetto was that was first Jew, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But it's like so every time y'all struggled and went through some shit and got into some shit, we came in. Like basketball, y'all was the NBA used to be.
You
all
guys are
Jews.
slightly better than us.
Yes, yes.
No,
The jury's still in.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
comedy.
yeah.
Comedy.
Like it's something about the suffering or the being like directly like targeted. And your talent comes out.
Well, it's culturally. I think culturally we have.
A lot of
It's
the same-
important to be funny.
Yeah, a lot of similar shit.
Are there Jewish NBA players
Except we-
still?
Dolph Shays was a beast in the 50s.
In the
dude.
50s,
I mean,
done now.
don't.
The real big difference between Jews and black people is that we don't we don't suffer on purpose. Like y'all, we don't do shitty. We don't do like no, because a lot of the
Like
Jews.
the Holocaust, you kind of asked
No,
for it a little
No,
bit.
not the Holocaust, but look, I'm talking about
Sorry.
like a lot of their holidays is like they got to eat that shitty bread and like.
Hey, you guys got
Like
the
the-
same hair. Can't we come together
like
on the hair?
the unseasoned soup.
Gefilte fish, it's disgusting.
It
disgusting.
is.
It's wrong.
gross.
It's
wrong.
I actually like it.
You like
Really?
gefilte
I
fish?
do. I do.
It's
I don't
one
know
of the
why, but I
grossest
do.
foods
Are you
of all
a
time.
Jew?
I wish.
Oh, okay, but yeah, gefilte fish is gross.
I like
gross.
it, but I know I'm in the
No, but
minority.
what about the unleavened bread? Y'all fuck.
No,
you
that's
fuck with it?
it's bad. But
It's
that's
right.
the point. It's supposed to be
Well,
bad.
that's
It's
what I'm
for a
saying.
fucking
You're
holiday.
not,
the big
you're not going to
difference.
be the blacks on food. Like they
No,
give,
no,
they
but that's
get
what
the
I'm saying.
NBA and they get
That's the
cuisine.
difference.
Like they get.
Black people don't-
I don't know, dude. Gefilte fish, fried chicken. It's pretty close.
right.
No, we don't have any celebrate. Like, we don't have any holidays where we suffer on purpose.
Right.
We don't
Interesting.
do like but the Jews have like a couple of them where it's like, okay, now you got to be sad today and you got to eat bread that don't taste like shit. You know, if we don't have that, the Catholics do too. The Catholics have like
Yeah, a lot of guilt.
Like no meat on Fridays
Nah, we
stuff.
don't have-
and
we don't
yeah,
do
Stuff
yeah.
like hate controls
What
the
about
weather.
Black
You make it
History
rain.
we don't do that.
That was in my act 10 years ago.
Dude, no, Jon Stewart used to have a great joke about like black people. You know, you have the blues, Jews complain. We just never thought to put it to music. It's a great
No,
bit.
it's true though.
You did stand up. You did stand up. That's your
stand-up.
blues.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but a lot of Jews
And
are
at
like
the booth of
producers,
the
right?
restaurants.
Producers.
Huh?
A lot of Jews are musicians, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait, musician producing.
Producers. I don't.
but
I
what
think
about-
there was also some tension there where we
what about
Jews
the,
might have not paid R&B groups. In
NWA.
Oh, the NWA guy was Jewish.
NWA,
Yeah, yeah.
y'all was behind.
Picture Hesh and the Sopranos, but multiply it by a shitload.
So what about this? What about that Netanyahu guy?
The Israeli prime minister?
No, the other guy. What's his no?
There's another Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Jeff Netanyahu.
No, it's a Jewish musician. The nigga plays flutes and
Oh, he's a rapper.
Modest Yahoo.
Modest Yahoo.
I love Modest
That was
Yahoo.
close.
in
That's
college.
close.
Right.
He's great.
Or is he not Jewish?
I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
he's
Big
hardcore
Jew.
Jewish.
Big Jew.
Man,
He was Hasidic and then came back. Actually,
Man,
he's
this is
not
gonna come
anymore.
off real
You got
crazy.
some baseball
He came
players.
back.
He's just like
Yeah.
normal Jewish now. He's
Sandy
pro
Koufax.
Palestine.
Oh, he's
now.
not he's not
Green?
Hasidic anymore?
He's not Zionist anymore. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he
Dominicans
came
got
back.
baseball,
Yeah,
don't
he's
they?
I
cool.
know, I know. Hey, Ali, how the hell are you?
Yeah.
Allie, thanks for
yeah.
coming
I
through.
hate
This is-
I hate group podcasts
I'm
like
sorry.
this
Sorry.
because if I try and talk too much, then it becomes really annoying.
Right.
You know,
Why?
but then I just I'm just picturing the comments.
Oh,
So I
YouTube
prefer-
comments.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck the
Sure.
comment. Talk.
So I prefer to just, but then also in an environment like this, I take it too far because I want to be one of the boys. Like when you were talking about that, like I had so much stuff going on in my head that I'm like, I can't say.
Say it.
Let it
No,
out.
right
now. Let it out.
Come on.
Rogan helped me get over that.
What?
Like doing when I first did his podcast, the whole time I was thinking about what people outside the room, like what they would think, what they would
yeah.
say, but it's not good that way, you know.
No, you gotta just go.
You just gotta roll the dice.
Yeah, talk about elk
But
and
I feel what you're
aliens.
saying. I feel
Yeah.
that same pressure sometimes where it's like, but now every time I go on a podcast, I'm just like, the only thing that exists is this shit.
There you go.
There's also the fact that they gave us fake mics.
I know,
Was
it
a
did- the confidence is at an all-time
Oh,
low.
you're a big girl. You're on the podcast with all the boys. Oh, fuck you.
We gave you the bootleg Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this?
What shows you got tonight?
I'm doing Best of the Fest, and then I'm opening for Curtis Connor.
Uh-huh. Old
Oh, that
CC.
YouTube guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's huge.
See,
Yeah,
they know
he's
about the
huge on
YouTube
YouTube.
guy.
Yeah.
Is he a comic?
I do not know what he does. If
He's
I'm
been doing-
honest,
he's-
I know
he's
he
been
has
doing-
4 million subscribers.
Rave
Yeah.
reviews.
So that's
Wow.
huge. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Man,
He's been
this-
doing comedy for 10 years.
Wow.
All right.
I bet he's
So
funny.
I think he's fun.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
we'll
sure
see.
Well,
I'll
that
let
doesn't
you
mean
guys
that
know.
someone's funny.
No, it does
might
not.
just mean that they are unrealistic or they haven't given.
Well, you do keep it in the room.
I don't even know who we talking about, but I just mean it's almost like somebody going, that dude's gay, and somebody goes, well, he has a wife and kids. Well, that doesn't mean shit. It's like,
We shit on YouTube
But I think
comics,
at least for 10 years, you have to have at least some stock lines where it's like he might not be really funny, but he's got something
You
to
have
work
10
with
minutes of
after 10.
material.
Yeah.
or he might be hilarious. I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
I'm going to show you a picture of him. You make a judgment call within 1 second on whether he's
Let me
funny
see
or
it.
not. I want you to.
What's this person's name?
His name's
Curtis
Curtis Connor.
Connor.
This is it. Right.
Okay, let's
Ready?
He's gonna destroy us on his platform of 4 million.
Oh, that's not what I pictured at all.
Like, is he a funny stand-up? I'm gonna say.
Well, hey, but also I think he's more in the alternative
He's doing a
scene.
different type.
With that mustache, he's in the alternative.
Yes.
scene. That's-
What he said, what he, the vibe he gives me is he.
Ah.
Let me see it.
All right, that's Steph Tolev.
No.
Sarah Sherman. Yeah.
Would any of us say that the other person here was funny from a picture though? Is that fair?
You have
Oh
a
my
funny
God.
face.
I have a funny face.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's the only one you'd say.
When I was
That's
looking
so funny.
at
I would go. I would go. You would. If somebody,
don't
if
look
somebody
funny at
told me
all.
you were a comedian, I'd be like, I mean, I'll go. just
I
to see
prefer
what.
humor.
See that? What she said to me was not a compliment, but it still makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You have a funny face, and you're like, oh, well, I guess that works. That's what I do, you know.
That guy looks
Did you
like he
mean
does
Jewish?
Yeah.
Did you just say
No, you have like
Yes.
you have a
Right?
very menacing kind of
Oh,
look
okay.
that like I don't know. Yeah. You have a very greedy face.
greedy face?
Hold on. Mine. Let me take this.
No.
You look like you control the media or
10%.
something like that. Yeah.
Ali went from I'm concerned what people might think to like full on fuck.
How much is in your bank?
I've never been called greedy before by my face.
No, I could just tell like we could see you on stage, but like at moments I
All right.
couldn't hear, but just your face, I'm like you just look like you should be doing comedy.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
I'll take
Okay.
it.
Well, you know what? You know what is you always look like you have something to complain about.
I do. Can I give you guys a peeve?
Please.
Yes.
Norman and I, we do a ton of peeves on here. Norman and I were having like a very, had a few drinks in us last night. We're having like a hardcore conversation in the street. And some guy just walks up to us and goes, how old are you guys?
Oh, yeah.
You interrupted a fucking good combo and we just turned like, we were this old. Then we go back. We're like, our momentum is gone.
Completely.
Was it a homeless guy trying to lead into a
No, it was a
pitch?
comic.
Regular
Oh, it was
dude.
a comic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird one, no?
Yeah.
Comic that you guys knew or like a
No, we didn't
know
know him at all.
He said, "How old are you guys?"
Yeah.
I just got to ask, how old are you guys?
That's a weird
Also,
fucking
that
opening.
that doesn't matter in comedy.
It's not even
That's
interesting.
true.
Yeah.
No, because you know this is what I love about it too. It's a bizarre thing we all do and we never really acknowledge it. But like, if an old man shows up at like if it's his first year of comedy, you don't respect him like an old man.
God, no. Absolutely. Under no
You know what I'm
circumstance.
saying?
Great point.
He's a new jack. It doesn't even matter if he's 50, if he's your father's age. He walking into the open
He
mic,
could have
you're
been in the fucking war. And if he's an
You're
open
like-
spot, he better not
Yeah,
look
you're
me
like,
in the
oh, yeah,
eye.
you're
Like that.
Still 10 Green Berets. He's got a puppet.
It's a weird thing the way age doesn't work. It doesn't matter at all. Like I'm 40, but I'm in the class of comics that are all of them are like 20, 25.
Right.
Unless you're a young female comic, then you get a lot of respect from.
Sure.
Oh, right. You get extra.
Suddenly you're
respect.
getting a lot of shows, a lot of stage
Everyone's asking to
time.
write with you. Yeah.
all your
Just to
respect
pick
is
your
all your
brain.
respect is in
Yeah.
your tits. You're like, she's really respected.
With her, you should ask the age.
How long have you been doing this? I mean, life. Like, how long have you been on this planet? Yeah.
Well, you've been sexually active.
I did there was a guy when I first started who was like, do you want to write with me? And luckily I was young, but I was smart enough to know that I wasn't funny at that point. So it didn't even come off as some kind of advance. I was like, how pathetic that he wants me to help him write.
He just has bad
Like he must be in a
taste. You're
bad
like-
place where I can help him in some way.
His career was not going
hitting on
anywhere.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Damn. Did you
Yeah.
go?
No,
Ah.
no. I also was living in Long Beach at the time, and he's like, "I'll get you an Uber." delivered to my plate, and I was like, oh no.
Girl, I gotta get you these ideas.
Yeah, this guy really wants to write.
Yeah.
He loves
He
to
loves
pull
his
back
career.
and reveal.
The BTK serial killer. We should write together. We should work on jokes.
You show up, he's like, what's the deal with blowjobs? It's so hard to get.
I feel like Mark has gotten some pussy with that line before.
Mark, tell him your pickup line.
Oh, my pickup line worked. I go up to a girl, I go, man, I'll tell you, if I wasn't gay. So now you're non-threatening because they're like, oh, he's gay. And then they're like, but they're still flattered.
And then you're like, ta-da, I'm not gay.
And then they're flattered that they cured you. I shouldn't have said cured. Cured was the wrong word. Fixed. Repaired. No. God damn it. Reversed.
No, she's
Made not a sin.
no, she sucked the gay out of you like a snake bite.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you think Bill Cosby had a pickup line, or it was just like,
Yeah.
I think
Can I buy you a drink?
And can you go to the bathroom while I do it? Yeah.
He apparently did the assistant would be like, Bill really wants to meet you, Mr. Cosby. He's in this room, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like, you ever had the Spanish Fly before?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his thing? Was it called
Yeah.
Spanish
He bragged
Fly?
about it on Larry King. You see
Really?
that footage? He was like, yeah, how bad? You not only are you a rapist, you're so powerful. You're like, I'm gonna talk about it on TV.
What did he say on Larry King?
He just he's like, that's what I do. I drop it in the drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, a confession.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You were gonna say
And
something.
what is Spanish fly? Like I know what it does, but like
I think that's what they used to call the GHB or whatever, the
Oh,
date
really?
rate. That was like what they called it in the 70s or 60s.
so it was GHB.
I think
well,
it was
because I
the
think
same
a lot
thing.
of people would pick it up from Mexico. I'm completely talking out of my ass. And
I think
could,
you're right,
but
though.
I
think you're
do
right.
think that there's
yeah.
truth to that. Also, how
Yes.
sweaty are my hands? I went like this, just a full mark.
We got you.
By the way, I love that Mexicans come here for a better life, and we're like, I'll go to Mexico to get the roofie. I guess that could be pretty good, you know.
Or
A better life for some.
or get
Cosby,
my,
that was
get
his
my
life.
wildly unnecessary Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how every influencer
Like, bro,
dies.
if you're gonna go to another country to get a surgery, you should go to the country it's named after. You don't go to Mexico to get a Brazilian. You know what I mean?
Everybody's
Well, I
going,
get a Brazilian wax in a European wax center. In European wax center, they don't even have them in Europe.
What's a European wax? They just leave all the hair on?
No, well,
They don't do anything.
it's the name of like the chain of wax places. They're called European Wax Center.
Oh, it's a chain.
Yeah, but
Is it
they're
a
not
Russian?
in
I
Europe.
feel like Russian women are like the best at that, right? From what I've heard.
It's just a lot of like women who are kind of down on their luck and don't want to start an OnlyFans. They're like, I'll look at other women's vaginas
No, who
to make
does the
some money.
waxing though? What's the race
It's
of the people?
it's just like random women.
Oh,
It's
really?
an
Oh,
assortment.
I
Yeah.
thought it'd be like the nail salon was
A
like
European
Asian,
wax is
or
where like they'll pay for all the medical bills if something goes wrong.
Right.
yeah, it's universal health care for waxing.
That's what I like about it. Everyone up here is so fucking confident. I envy it, but it irritates me.
They know they can go to the doctor whenever they want.
Yeah, they
We're
don't-
like, I might not get in for 4 months.
You know what it is?
You don't need to look both ways when crossing the street in the UK or Canada. You're
No,
just
bro,
like,
you know
some
what it is,
people
bro?
pick me up and give me free healthcare.
Yeah,
I'm like, you
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
loser.
You know what it is? This is a city full of people that have all come recently. Like somebody made them come.
Yeah.
They out here fucking. They rolling these dice because they know they can go to the doctor.
That's a
so
good
they
point.
all got this little.
I want to
joy-
get
this-
hit by a car, so I'll get to go to the
Yeah.
doctor for free.
They got this joy.
Can you
about
also
them.
check on my moles too? Yeah, I do it all.
Now, you might have to wait, and you might get like the second best shit.
You know,
It's
yeah,
free.
yeah.
I've been roofied.
Me too.
By yourself?
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
I've
In
been-
college,
I've been
I got
s- well, wait.
I cockblocked a roofie person.
Rohypnol.
A guy tried to
A guy roofied you.
A
not
guy
girl.
tried to roofie. What happened was I was at a college party and a guy handed a girl a drink and she said I'm too drunk and I was wasted. I was like 19. I was like I'll drink it and I remember he looked at me angry.
Whoa.
And I fucking drank it, and I just woke up the next morning like
You're a hero.
I got fucking I used to do a joke about that where I said I have -1 rapes. You know, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I got roofied, and another dude got roofied with me too. I hope none of the women did.
Man, how annoyed that
definitely
fucking
some of the
rapist
women.
must be. He's like, I've wasted 2 fucking roofies
Yeah.
tonight. It's just, these random fucking teenagers are drinking my roofied fucking
It's like
drink.
Homer Simpson shit. We just keep drinking his fucking roofied beer.
It's like, I wish I
Well,
was gay.
I wonder if it's kind of like open mics. Like he had to get 10,000 hours in. So he's like,
He
you win
wasn't
some, you
good at
lose.
it,
He
yeah.
bombed that night. He was like, fuck.
When did
Well-
you get roofied?
I took a Rohypnol.
Oh, you took
you
it?
just-
Yeah.
You roofied yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Do y'all know Jamar Neighbors?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he he does like this avant-garde comedy shit.
Right.
His first album was called America's Nigga. You ever seen it? You ever listen to it? So he has a joke on there.
I wouldn't have the confidence to type that title into Google.
Bro, he has the funniest joke, the funniest roofie joke I've ever heard. But he goes, yeah, I roofied a girl and I brought her home and I laid her on my couch and I tucked her in, and I went in my bedroom and I went to sleep. And then I came outside in the morning. She was like, "What the fuck happened? Like, where am I?" He was like, "Yeah, so you at my house. I roofied you last night, but I brought you home and I tucked you in, and nothing happened. You got all your clothes on, all this other stuff. So now that you know you could trust me."
Oh my god!
That's a funny joke.
It's so good.
That's funny.
Oh wow!
Good
Damn.
twist.
Didn't know. I love a joke where you don't know where it's going.
Right.
I did not know
where
where
it
that
makes
was
you
going.
uncomfortable the whole time. That's his whole thing. Man, that motherfucker's funny, man.
Yeah, he is
You
funny.
ever hear the joke, Dwight York? You remember that guy?
Yeah.
He used to have a joke. He goes, "My girlfriend says the best sex we ever had is when I came in through the window wearing a ski mask. I have no idea what she's talking about." That's a good joke.
Great
That's
joke.
a good joke.
Man, there's some great shit out there.
Did you say his name was Dwight York?
Yeah, who is? I've
That's
never
a
heard of
fucking
him.
Lots of
He's a
one-liners.
Midwest guy. All
Really?
one-liners. He's
He's
funny.
Oh,
also
is he
a
like
Man United's
Wisconsin or
one of Man United's
Minnesota?
greatest ever football
I have
players
heard
was
of
Dwight
him.
York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a great one about, I'm going to butcher it because that one was great and I'm going to fuck it up. But he said, if I was homeless, I would just sleep outside a Ticketmaster. Meaning like, see. But that happens to me every time.
People don't know.
Some people don't, because you used to sleep outside Ticketmaster, like get tickets in the morning.
Oh, to wait in line for
Yeah.
tickets. Okay.
So it's
Generational gap.
It's
Generational
an old
gap.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to say like the Apple Store now or something. I don't know. What's
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. He had another one. He said, I saw a homeless guy that said, "We'll work for food," so I threw him a coconut.
That's a good joke.
That's great.
I'm back.
That's great.
I
That's
don't
good.
get it.
Because you got to work to open that thing.
Oh, okay.
All right.
God damn.
That's a clever joke.
I'm so slow.
That's
I
a-
should
the weed.
not be drinking in the middle of the
Yeah, no, we shouldn't either. We
This is a huge-
didn't want to
Oh,
start a
that's
drinking
huge.
podcast, but it did not help our alcoholism.
Yeah, that was nothing for you.
No,
yeah.
that was Jesus.
This turned it. Mark and I were like, we'll start a podcast, and it just turned into a drinking podcast.
I've been here for 3 days, and everyone's been trying to drink with me this whole time. And I've been like, "Hey, man, listen, I got things to do. Man, I'm not gonna drink till after I record."
Right.
But y'all just ruined it.
No, you'll be good. As long as you pace yourself. I think it's good to go into the show you're doing
Disagree.
with the buzz.
I think you got to go harder. You got to fucking.
Yeah,
you gotta,
have three more.
Once you veer off the road, you have to steer into the skid. You need to be doing
Yes.
doubles. You need to be doing more. The only way you'll get through the show is if you get the drunken confidence to believe that you can do anything. I say, keep going too fucking hard.
No,
It's the
my
only way.
problem isn't confidence. It's arrogance. I gotta temper the confidence.
Okay, well then let's go whiskey. That'll make you sad.
No, I'm talking about just when I'm on stage. I'm not confident when I'm walking around. But when I'm about to walk on stage, I'm Napoleon, bro.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I've always said you were pretty short.
Yeah. Before I go on Napoleon, I start scratching. I'm like,
You're gonna die alone on an island? That's what you think about.
No, but I just
fucking syphilis. Like,
Yeah, he died of syphilis alone on an island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They made him be an island in the Atlantic that's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
He
like
just-
quarantine?
Yeah,
Is
like
they
the
should have
last
making
6
a
years.
movie of
Yeah,
it?
he was in a cabin
they?
on this island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
And they're filming it on Epstein's Island. Just
Joaquin.
why didn't they just kill him?
What?
Why didn't they just kill
because
him?
the people would have
The
revolted.
French they fucking loved that cunt. He just went, tell you what, I'm going to go get all of this land and win all of these battles that we should win because we're French.
did
and we're
win a
the
lot.
fucking
He
goats.
won almost every
They
battle.
fucking
You know where he
loved
fucked up?
them.
He fucked
Russia.
up Russia.
He did.
You don't invade Russia.
Bro, the only people that have ever gotten away with it was the Mongols.
Sure, yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, they're kind of the exception to every.
Hitler and Napoleon, though, they fucked
Hitler
up.
and Napoleon both tried to go at Russia, and it's like, and you might beat them or whatever, you might kill a lot of them, but like that winter gonna come and fuck your shit up.
We've
gonna
all,
take a
we've
long
all
time
been,
in
we've all
Russia.
had so much fucking alcohol that at 3 a.m. we all thought we could take Moscow in
Yeah.
December. We all thought
We'll
we
be
could
in
do it
Moscow
mid-
by December.
We're like, there's
Yeah,
no way
yeah.
we won't be. We'll be there before winter. Come on, it's so fucking
But I'd
doable.
always just be like, what the fuck is there? I don't want anything there.
I've performed in Moscow. I've been there.
You've been everywhere, dude.
I have.
How's Moscow?
Done everything.
I've done. Yeah, we did India for the first time earlier this year.
How's Moscow?
How was that?
Moscow was Moscow was really cool. It's like 3,500 people, and like everything you hear about them, like in our media, is obviously that they're all fucking backwards. But there's in every country you go to, in every city, there are cool people there. Like the audiences were really fucking sound. They were young. They were liberal. They fucking hated their government.
Didn't they say you couldn't say pro-gay shit?
Yeah, Russia said I couldn't do pro-gay shit, but I still did pro-gay shit, and I kissed a bloke while in Russia.
Oh, wow.
It's just the point. India is the place where they're like, not only can you not insult the government, you can't say that you cannot insult the government. And while you're on stage, and they're like, and by the way, there are government officials in this audience, and they will be there, and they are watching, and it doesn't matter if you're white, you will still go to prison. You'll not die, but you will go to prison for a couple of days. You'll be put on the list.
And you can't have a hamburger, right? Like the cows are sacred.
It depends. India's a billion fucking people, man. It's so big. It's like America. There's states. There's like, if you're an Indian comedian, there's parts of the countries you can't perform it because it's a different culture. It's a different fucking race of people. It's a different language. It's a different fucking.
Yeah, we think they're all Indian. There's like 100 different ethnicities in India.
Should Mark and I go to India because we've talked about this?
100%. I'll get you the fucking promoters, man. It is one of the wildest.
Should we do a joint India thing?
Sure,
that would be fun.
Sam, don't do that.
Why?
Bruh, cause I'm afraid for you because I don't know you as that well.
Yeah.
But I know that there's a piece of you that has to rebel. Like if somebody tells you can't,
you kind of want to get arrested in India.
It's a piece of you that's like, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
and then Mark is
my
not
damn
Mark ain't
menacing
gonna
face.
talk you back. He gonna fucking
do it.
Right. And
Mark's gonna open with "I'm gay."
Talk about raping Modi. Mark's like,
oh my God,
go for it.
But I'll rape him towards Mecca.
Right. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Delhi's the rape capital of the world. So
Whoa.
What?
You know what? That doesn't surprise me because I spent a lot of time in chat rooms growing up, and it's always these horny little pesky Indian men who are just so desperate to see something.
Wow.
And it comes off very rapey.
So you saying New Delhi is the rape capital of the world?
There's heaps of fucking rape there. I had a show which I spoke about rape and sexual assault in, and it's very big in India because.
So you're saying if rape was in the Olympics?
Man, like apparently it's so bad that like if you get raped in Delhi, you don't go to the police because the police will just do it. Like, it's a really bad.
Holy shit!
You got to remember, India is so the population of Delhi is something like 55 million people, right? It's 10 times the population of Scotland, the country, and it's their second biggest fucking city. The crowds are unbelievable. The food is amazing. Like it's a real big culture shock. But
Let's do it. We'll do it.
Man, if you thought the Brits were racist to Indians, you should see how racist Indians are to Indians.
Interesting.
Like they've still got
it's like South Indians or whatever.
Man, there's a caste system.
No, bro, you're right, bro. They just passed some shit here because the caste shit is over here too.
Wow.
So like how like it's a lot of brown people working at Microsoft and Facebook and all that shit, but they're like, hey, motherfucker, I know from your family last name. I know you're in this cast, so we ain't hiring you. Like, they don't say it. They don't say it like that, but they like, yo, you this last name? Nah, fuck out of here. Even though you got all the degrees and all that, and so they had to put a stop to that shit, or they trying to, but they brought that shit over here.
With some of the shows, and I love the shows I did there. I cannot wait to go fucking back. I do highly recommend. Like it's weird, it's different. It's a culture shock. It's a beautiful.
You made a lot of ruples.
Sorry, lost my train of thought there. In Delhi, at the end of the show, they click their fingers, right, when all the staff are out, and these 20 people I've not seen, not sound techs, not security, come out in like rags. They're all darker skinned, and they start cleaning up all of the chairs and stuff. So because me and Kai, my support act, we thank all the staff at every venue we go to regardless. So we make a point to like go and thank these people. And the people we're with are like, oh, don't feed the pigeons. Like, what are you? But even like trying to, and we're like making the point to engage with them. Even they, when we were like, hey, thank you very much, they were like, whoa, hey, man, like, fuck. Because man, they are poor, and you're a white man talking to them. If you're doing that, that's the worst thing that could happen to them.
I
they feel like
this.
they're in trouble.
Oh my God.
We've lost that power. We don't have that anymore. We gotta go to India. Y'all be on top again.
Stop selling it to me. I'll come. Jesus.
It'll be like the 1990s all over again.
Y'all don't go over there like, brings me back.
Yeah, and you're a Jew. They got a new deli. All right.
You okay?
And in Delhi too. Yeah.
You get a brown person scared of you, like, I feel the power of my ancestors.
Colonized.
Oh man!
Wow.
Did you ever see? You ever watch any Indian like any of their cinema?
Oh, the Bollywood.
Bro, I
No.
know, but yeah, I just watched. Yeah, but the Bollywood, because I hate musical shit. So every time I watch an Indian movie, it always starts out as a dope movie and turns into a musical.
Right.
They're all musicals.
Did you watch RRR?
I watched RRR. RRR was dope.
What? That's a lot of retard. All right, I've been drinking.
Makes you sound like one when you say it.
The opening scene of that.
Or a stuttering pirate. All right, sorry.
No.
Sound like a dog
The
eating
opening scene of
pussy.
that movie is a British, like the villain of that movie. The opening scene, that guy he's in a village, and I forget what the fuck he was mad about. But he wanted to discipline one of the Indian people, and he told one of these guys, like, take care of this. And the guy went to go shoot him, and he was like, no. He was like, you know how much it costs to make that bullet and ship it from England? He's like, no, beat the fuck out of him. Don't shoot him. He ain't even worth the bullet.
I like that.
That type of shit. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's capitalism.
And then they went into like song
I'm
and
just
dance.
thinking of the environment.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
come
how green do you want to be?
Right.
We keep talking
A
about
green
red points.
dictator. Yeah, we need that.
But it was a lot of good. It was a lot of good martial arts and shit. But it was a lot of dance.
Yeah.
Is it like 3 hours
I'm
long?
not a fan of that.
And for a country that is not that big a fan on the homosexuals, God, they love blokes
They love
being
a
best
musical.
friends, loving each other, holding hands in public.
Oh, really?
Oh, dancing together. And they're like, and you sure gay marriage is illegal? They're like, yeah. Why wouldn't it be? I'm gonna go hold hands with my best friend and have dinner together. Okay,
Right.
buddy.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
No hip thrusts.
We had Veer Das on the pod, and he was in a Bollywood movie.
Hold on,
and
Veer Das?
Veer Das,
Wait a
Indian
minute.
comic.
He's the
Who is
biggest Indian comic.
Yeah,
He's huge.
Bro, I feel so bad for that guy. Listen,
He got fucked.
He
What
did.
happened?
What?
But in India, like he.
Oh,
He talks
yeah,
about it in the
he
pod.
got in
he
trouble.
literally got fucked and got in trouble for it?
No.
What
Why do you
happened
feel
to
bad
him?
for him?
No, just because this was years ago.
Government jokes.
Yeah, when I first started, it was literally like my first week being a door guy at the Comedy Store, and he showed up, and he was like, he didn't have his ID, he didn't have his passport, nothing. He was like, I'm this guy, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, man. He was like, I'm the biggest comic in India. I got more followers than Kevin Hart. He showed me all that shit, and the manager came over and was like, yeah, you need to go back to your hotel and get
Damn.
like, it was one of them things. It was like he was like literally the biggest comic in the world.
That's
He
the
really
store.
did.
The
He
store
showed
does
me.
that.
He was like, I got more followers than Kevin Hart, and he showed me, and I was like, damn, I'm sorry, man. Like the manager, I don't know what to do. This is my first day, my first week. I don't know what to tell you.
That's like when Bill Burr went to LOL in New York, and he went to the LOL club in Times Square, and they wouldn't let him perform there after he headlined Madison Square Garden that night. He's like, I'm on the wall, and they're like, you're not past here. You can't do a spot.
He said,
at
I'm playing the
LOL.
garden. And
They wouldn't let him on.
You're not on the
So
wall.
funny.
Did they not know who he was?
No, they didn't know.
Of course not.
That's
They
Also,
weren't, they weren't comedy
that makes me fucking so jealous. How much do you love fucking stand up? That you do Madison Square fucking Garden and then walk past a shitty
The worst
comedy
club in New
The
York.
worst comedy club.
What happens?
I
Yeah.
go,
Chris
I
Rock?
want to jump up. That's
Chris Rock
I
walked
thought I
into
loved this
Dangerfield.
job.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
That's a good point.
Chris Rock walked in a danger.
Chris Rock walked into Dangerfields, and the door guy was like, and he was like, I'm Chris Rock. And he looked at this is how little they cared about stand up there. He looks at the bartender. The bartender was like, all right, fine. Chris Rock, fine.
Oh my God.
Clueless.
I went to London with Rogan and did the O2 Arena. So we were doing the O2 Arena the next day, and I popped in at this place that I always saw it online. It was like the secret.
Top secret.
Top secret.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
And
good
and-
room.
And I went and I walked over there because I'd known people that were there last week. They were like, yeah, they'll pop you in over there. So I walked over there. Was like, hey, yeah, can I pop in over here? And they were like, we don't do that. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, we don't do that here. I was like,
Yeah, they apparently once they can be fucking shitty for it if not letting call. Like
Well,
Aziz Ansari was over and they didn't let him jump on. Aziz Ansari was over doing some shows and popped into Stop Secret. We were like, jump on, and the guys were like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they don't know who you are. They don't know. So I'm like, wow, how is someone running a comedy club over here and they don't know anything about comedy?
I know, it's weird.
Welcome to London, baby.
Welcome to comedy.
Oh, cause I didn't get mad about it, but I did. I was irritated. But I'm just like, you shouldn't be running this, because it's not like a do you know who I am type shit, but it's like you should know who I am.
I just did the O2.
Right. I just did the fucking arena over here, and you're fucking clueless. And you run like the main comedy club in the city.
But you're right. It's to your point. It's like we fucked Giselle, and then we're like, let me go see I'll go eat out Kathy Bates. You know?
And then Kathy Bates is like, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you?
I just masturbated. It's all clammy. It's done down there. You don't want to.
Damn, yeah.
Misery was on TV the other day. It's such a good fucking movie.
Classic.
So people gonna look back at this episode of this podcast like that was the end of a lot of careers. One episode just
No,
this is that fucking Curtis guy.
Who's that?
Oh yeah.
We maybe shouldn't say his name.
James, make a note to believe that.
Oh, what's he? We
He
didn't
could
say
take
anything
it
about him. We said he didn't
probably,
look funny.
Wait a minute, did we say anything bad about him?
We said he didn't look funny.
He doesn't look funny.
But he probably is funny. I bet he is.
I'm not saying he's not
I
funny.
bet he is. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna go on record and say a YouTuber's funny.
I'm just gonna say YouTuber is funny just for my career. When YouTube takes over, I want them to know I love them.
Why don't you get Mr. Beast?
Can we smoke in here? Is that a first thing? Can I smoke?
I don't know about that. Hold on.
In this conference
I wouldn't
room,
do it. It's a W.
I bet they have police watching this room right now. They're ready for
pop out if you want.
jaywalkers.
Sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
How fucking
Cut to Brian in a fucking prison like Brittany Griner.
in a French prison.
He becomes our new Brittany Griner.
I've said it every day I've been here. I've complained to you about it every fucking day. I will never forgive the fucking Canadians for letting the French put their language first on everything.
It's crazy.
As if you're a
them.
fucking French. Grow up.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's male and female. It's not homs and femmes. Fuck off. Put it in smaller writing underneath.
It's
Why is the
embarrassing.
English in smaller
Yes.
How fucking dare you?
Are people
to the
greeting-
French?
Dictators.
You heard
people-
Daniel, there's only two genders. And
Arms and what is it?
Homs and femmes.
Homs and femmes.
femmes.
Are people like greeting you in French?
Yeah.
The first thing they say.
Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if I should take it as a compliment. Like I seem like maybe I could be French passing. Like I look like maybe I have French features, but if it's happening to everyone,
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, look at my fucking
No, it's like
face
a
and my
law here.
skin
They
and my
have to
health.
speak
You
French.
know I'm not French. You know I'm not
Yeah,
French.
like the
Yeah,
effort.
you're the enemy.
Because that is the one positive about this place. Is like everyone's like effortlessly beautiful because they're not trying to be beautiful. You know what I mean? That's what make everybody here sexy. They're not trying. You don't see somebody with too much makeup. Their hair's not overdone. They're not wearing some designer shit. They just sexy. They just walking down the street like I own this motherfucker. I got free healthcare.
Yeah.
Is that
They're
your
in
type of
shape,
woman?
Too.
Huh?
you like French women?
I don't know. I guess I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before.
They all look like they worked out this morning too.
Yeah,
they all look
and they
like
all
in
look like they
shape.
don't care if I notice them.
well, I think it's also like the weather because it's kind of like warm and humid. Everyone's just wearing kind of like a sexy top that looks like it's an indoor, like just at home top that they brought outdoors.
And they're all
Okay.
just
So it has-
slightly glazed, like a
about it.
glossy
How many-
magazine sheet.
How many eyelash extensions have you seen since you've been in Montreal?
It's a good point.
None.
Good point.
Oh, I hang around with some gays, so I've seen a fair few.
I'm doing the drag.
Why you hang out with gays?
Yeah, what the hell?
Because they let me say faggot.
Yeah, that's the same reason Mark hangs out with black people.
You let him say faggot?
Man,
That where I'm pounding a black guy. Just in case, something comes
definitely the
later.
first time a lot of these words have been said in this conference room.
Mark said you can't call Bill that.
Oh man, what a fucking crazy.
Fucking Montreal. We're gonna have a fun night.
This is
We're gonna do it up. This is the best. This is comedy summer. camp.
Comedy summer camp.
Yeah, this is the only thing. This is the only thing that makes it worth it to me.
Yes.
It's because I nothing.
Shows are shows.
Nothing against Just for Laughs in particular. I feel the same way about every festival. I think it's just a way to exploit comics that whatever. But it's also a chance for us to like be around our tribe.
We don't get a hang like this anymore in
Not
comedy.
anymore.
There's no hangs
because
like
listen,
this,
when you're
really.
back in your own city, you're around comics, but you're also around the ones that are like bitter and like negative. You know what I mean? Like the chance to be around comics that are all like on the upside and the positive and like secure in their careers. It's a whole different thing. Even the people that I don't like, when I see them here, I'm like, hey, I love that.
They're cool here. Yeah.
I just like being around my own people.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
same.
Yeah, because you know what it is. You do this long enough. You relate more to comics than you do to your own family.
Oh, completely.
You know,
What are you kidding?
Sometimes I'm on the phone with my own mother, and I'm like, Jesus.
Tell me about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is not interesting at all. I've heard this story 5 times. You ain't punched it up.
Yeah. I told my mom.
You
I
know?
told my mom I have a special. She goes, "How long is it?" I was like, God damn.
Right.
How long is it?
But you around comics like this conversation could go on forever. Sam's over there trying to find a point to like stop it. You know what I mean?
Are you the guy who stops it? Is that
podcast?
you? Yeah.
Do I have to wrap this, you mean?
No, are you the guy who's always looking for the time to stop?
To wrap up the pod?
No, I thought. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I thought Brian saw some. Never mind.
No,
I ruined
I'm
everything.
I just try to read people.
The great thing about podcasting, though, is that you could. How many people that you know in comedy? I've never had a full conversation with you. I'm a fan, but this is great with the pods because you hand somebody a mic, and now we're stuck with an hour together.
Right.
You almost become friends through podcasting.
I know.
It's like the first time you meet a friend, you interview each other for an hour and then don't see each other for like 3 weeks, and then you're like, hey, remember we met at work and now we're buddies? It's very surreal.
And everyone heard our conversation.
Yeah. The public decided that we were friends, so I've now decided to invest in our friendship. Now that the public approves of it.
You know that's what's funny is I think it's like it's one of those it's like Jewishness. It's like
bringing it back.
Yep. No, it's like because once you meet somebody and you know they're a comic for real, like after you talk to them and you can tell they're like really. Then it's like
how's this Jewish? Yeah.
No, it's like but now you're one of us, right? So you invited to the fucking to eat the shitty bread. You know what I mean?
What's the Jewish potluck?
Matzah?
Yeah.
Matzah.
Is that what it's called?
Matzah, the flat, dry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's what it's
okay.
called. Yeah, but instead of wandering the desert, we just wander through shitty open mics for a while. And we're like, all right, we're here. We made it. We're in Montreal. We did it. The promised land here. No.
You'd have thought somebody would have made an exception.
Yeah, right?
Or something. Like if you married, you can put some butter on it or something.
No, you put
can
butter on it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
You could-
do.
you could spice it
You
up.
put horseradish on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
You are?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, I didn't know we had this many.
Oh.
You've been leaving money on the table. You supposed to fucking.
I do love that Jews
They
can
don't
be
do
like
that.
spies too. Like she unveils herself. Like
No,
Well, I am half Jewish, so it depends on who I'm with
What
where
half?
I'll play it up.
Yeah.
is it your mom or your dad?
My dad's Jewish.
Oh, that doesn't count, right?
That doesn't count.
they say it doesn't count, but yeah, we still we claim who we claim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. If you're successful, we
It
can.
didn't count to Hitler, right? Wasn't he mom only? Didn't he
Oh,
say you had
yeah?
to be mom?
Really?
Yeah, I thought.
That's
I
Jew.
think so.
Oh.
That's Jew.
No, it's because his dad was Jewish, so he.
Yeah,
didn't-
because he couldn't be like they're Jewish because
Right.
he would have been. Yeah, exactly.
So you're
yeah.
saying I could be Hitler?
You could be. You could have a lot of power one
This
day.
whole time I thought it was Larry David, but now
no.
I assume you have a micro penis, so yes, you could be Hitler.
How bad
And,
is your art?
what? Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, it's
Man, this pisses me off, man.
what?
Because I gotta go to this fucking 5 o'clock rehearsal for this 10 o'clock set.
Oh, true.
I
yeah.
have a fucking 10:30 a.m. call time tomorrow for a 7:30 p.m. fucking gala.
No.
Yeah, I'm at the same one.
Oh,
yeah, we're at the
Just
same
fucking
one.
just
Whoa,
turn
whoa,
up in my
whoa.
fucking.
No,
I'm
are
not staying there all day.
Are you in this variety watch?
I'm doing one of the fucking Peters ones.
the comics to watch? Shit.
No.
No, the Russell Peters gala.
The gala. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we're in the same one.
Okay, so I'm not okay. Because I ain't getting up. I don't even get up at 7:30.
Yours
love
is
this festival.
7:30?
It's such a
That's what you
privilege
just
to fucking
said.
be here.
Oh, did you
No,
say
7:30
7:30 or
show.
10:30? 10:30. Oh,
10:30 a.m.
a.m.
for a 7:30 p.m. show.
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't get up at 10:30.
That's
No,
silly.
I'm going out fucking drink till 4 a.m. tonight.
Bro,
what are you
noon-
talking about 10 a.m.?
I don't do nothing before noon.
No.
Never.
Nah, I don't schedule nothing before noon. And you know what's funny too? Your people, your agency, and all these people, they'll try make something like super important and try to be like, oh, well, but they only available at 8 a.m. Then they ain't happening.
I became a comic so I wouldn't do things before noon. That's one of the main reasons.
That's why I hate when comics do that. Sam, I will be forever grateful. You didn't even hit me up till 1 p.m. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is a last minute thing together. Mark and I are fucking sloppy. We're not together, but hey.
But comics are always like, when I meet a comic, it's like, can you do my podcast? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, we meet at 8:30.
That's crazy.
Also, I'm not going to be, I mean, I haven't been a great example of it here, but I'm not going to be funny at 8 in the morning.
No.
Sometimes I'll have to do like radio interviews and they're even 11 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not.
No, you're not
Those
there
radio
yet.
interviews are
radio's
brutal.
Pro athletes, do they play at 11 a.m.?
Uh-huh.
Basketball's at 7:30.
Right.
You're not up yet. Let us get up.
Unless they go to Europe, like NFL Europe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
But yeah, you're right.
But normally not.
I'm never ready for it. It doesn't work. Every time a club asks me to do radio, I want to fucking murder somebody.
I know. It's brutal.
I'm finally now. I'm getting to the level where like I could just say no.
You have to talk after Living on a Prayer just played at this classic rock station. You're like, so I heard you went to a wedding last weekend.
Yeah.
That was Bon Jovi. Here's Geoffrey Asmus.
You got to do an interview with somebody that all they did was just read your bio.
Yes.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm a huge fan. So it says here you're from Chicago. What the fuck? What am I supposed to go on from there?
Do you ever get the cunts that the only research they've done into whatever your fucking stand-up is, they've watched a clip of your stand-up and then will try and set you up for 9-year-old jokes that you've not done. They'll be like, so I heard that your mother caught you masturbating the other day. And you're like, I'm 31. Like, that is from fucking the Paul O'Grady show in 2007.
For some comics, that joke still works, though. I still live at home. Yeah.
George W. Bush, I hear.
So I hear you're against the war in Iraq. How does that...
No, that's some of those morning shows. You're just like, these dudes.
Well, you guys are legendary for trolling them.
Well, the
and
weird
stuff.
thing is if you do everything they don't want, it's good. Like,
my publicist loses their shit. I remember she booked me on Ari Melber, and they were like,
What's that?
It's an MSNBC show, and I'm like, why are you booking me on this show? This is gonna be a nightmare. And she's like, it's good ratings. I'm like, all right. So I'm in the green room, and they change every topic at the last minute. So I'm like, I'm just gonna burn a hole in the room. Fuck this.
Yeah.
And then he does the thing where he starts trying to make me look corny. And I'm like, I'm going to ruin. This is live TV.
Yeah.
You're the one who has the career.
Right.
I'm going to make this uncomfortable. So I just start doing Epstein jokes, and they're just like mugging the camera like. And I'm just like, I mean, this is, for you, I don't give a shit. You're the one with the like the credibility.
Right. I got fans.
I'll never be here again.
Exactly.
I know. I just assume, but it's like when some of those guys have that thing where they can't just let you shine. They kind of have to go toe to toe with you or make you look corny, and you're just like,
I fucking hate the radio jockeys where it's like there's some long-suffering woman who's been in this job for 20 years and she's just been passed to male co-host who was then fired for sexual harassment to another male co-host who's fired for sexual harassment. She's on like her 7th fucking guy and he's just not been caught yet. and he's just there and he thinks he's funny like you are and he starts putting in these shitty fucking hat jokes and just her dead eyes are like, and you hate this 7 minutes, try doing it every day for 25 fucking years.
Oh, God.
it reeks of insecurity
and stuff.
These people who like try to fucking bury you on TV, and you're like, dude, Letterman and Conan try to make you shine. Like, this is such small dick energy.
That's all they got.
Just set the person up to succeed on your show.
Yeah, but you gotta let people be. They're the king of their little kingdom.
That's what it is.
I ruled weather in
Albuquerque.
You don't get to come in here, Mr. Comedian Man.
If you knew it was raining, it was because of me, motherfucker. I fucking
the king of
enough with the Jew jokes on the weather.
It's like, let me tell you,
do the Jews run the weather as well?
Yes, that's a stereotype.
I warn everybody about hurricanes 30 minutes before. What the fuck do you do? Make fun of it?
That's all they got. Yeah, radio is so fucking sad. It's barely hanging on by a thread.
Every once in a while, you get a good one.
You get a great
That's true.
Where they shock you, and you're like, fuck, these guys
I did one
are
in
good.
Denver that was great.
Really?
Yeah, and then I went upstairs and did one that was awful. Like I did like a few, but the first guy was fucking awesome.
So every once in a while, there's still people that give a shit and take it seriously, but when you get the cornball, you're just like, this is like hell. It's like a bad date. It's just like you're just like this is a waste of my fucking time,
right?
Yeah, and then I go to the because I'm so against it. Like every time I get talked into it, I go to the show and I go, "Who here heard me on the radio?" And I record it and I send it
Yeah.
I send it to whoever's
really?
responsible
I love
for the.
that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Really?
because it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
They insist that it works. Sometimes it works. I've probably done radio like 100 times.
Yeah.
And it's worked like 3 times, and not like drastically. It's probably
10 people,
I probably
maybe.
sold like 25 tickets.
Some cities it pops. I mean, it's some cities like that. It's usually like cities that are still like living in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like
You're like, fuck.
Rockford, Illinois.
Yeah.
They're still beholden to the radio.
Like I'll do
DJ
radio in
there.
Florida. Like if it's a Florida city,
Sure.
I'll do radio.
I did a radio show in Tampa once, and the guy, he's like a shock jock guy, and he goes, "You ever just bang a skank?" I'm like, "That's my lead-in. This is my lead-in."
I know that guy. I know. And I know that skank.
Like, this is my kind of show.
Yeah.
You're like, I never just bang a skank. I call them afterwards. I make sure they're okay. I check up on Facebook.
Yeah, well, it's like banging me is what made them a skank.
They
I
were
was
the
there rock
skank.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like once they fucked me, they was a must join. You know.
Must join. Woo.
Speaking of which, how's the strike affected y'all?
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't affected us. I had a
I-
show I was working on, but other than that, I mean, like, it's not like I'm
My
a
career
writer,
was
you
not
know?
going well enough to be affected by the strike.
I
I
am-
am unaffected by the strike.
I am absolutely going to go to fucking Hollywood in the next 6 months and be like, I'll cross the picket line. I'll do it. I'll act. What do you want? I'll do any of the fucking acts.
You
It's,
know what,
it's the only way I'll get employed in
You're
Hollywood.
going to get so
is if
many
I-
angry TikToks.
Yeah, but he's going to be the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think
And the
that's
new
worth it.
Black Panther. Like it's gonna. I'm doing it all. I get all the parts. Nobody's doing it.
The union's not international. How does it work? Do other countries? They don't care. It doesn't
No,
matter,
they don't
right?
give a
Okay,
fuck.
it didn't
Well,
matter.
I'm not sure. I'm not an
No,
actor
but
or a
like I
writer.
got luck because I get to still.
This is Bollywood's chance.
Oh, yeah.
Throw some films in America.
Nah, they
They'll
gotta
see
have,
it.
they gotta have some true crime shit.
Yeah.
A true crime musical.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
down
Could
for
be
that.
big.
Now we're talking.
How about that Go-Go Beach guy? You know that like it's so fucked up now. The
Is it
biggest,
the Long Island guy?
yeah. That whenever a murder happens, like you know, like Netflix, Hulu,
Oh,
HBO,
yeah.
they're all like bidding for who gets the right for a true crime, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Who's Go-Go
Yes.
Beach?
Gilgo Beach Killer. He was
He killed
busted
4 sex workers
recently.
and they
More
found
like 12 or 14.
yeah,
probably,
more
yeah.
probably, but that's confirmed, I think. But then there was like a toddler, and he was like, "That one's not mine." I do. I just do.
I'm a monster. I'm not a
People
dick.
always target sex workers.
yeah.
Is it they're anonymous? Yeah, I guess.
But
like,
also, like, I feel bad for them, but at the same time,
Oh, I'm going to stop
Here
you
we
here.
go.
no, because I'm like, bro, why you walking the street? Like, you can go online with it. Like, why?
Oh,
Well, I think they
I
do
think
meet
they're
online.
escorts he
They're
ordered.
escorts,
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
he,
like,
like,
he ordered
orders
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, one of them he
While
met,
his wife
one
was
them
out of town.
Yeah, well, one of them he met for dinner, and he was like talking about the murders.
He took
with
her to dinner.
He took her to dinner. Yeah,
Nice.
he's not that bad.
Mark, you're not listening. He cheated on his wife.
Do it in the
No, but he
house.
took her to dinner, and he was bragging about the murders to the point that she like he didn't say he did it, but he was talking them up with like his eyes lit up, and she was like fuck, and she like got out of there. Whoa. So she didn't die.
God, that would be a weird thing to bring up on a day.
Wait a minute, why you
What are
take-
your interests?
why
Did
you
you
taking
see
a-
how
why you
many
taking a
times he
sex worker
stabbed that
to
bitch? Like it was like a world record amount. They're saying.
good
They
at
said his
stabbing.
cardio must be amazing to have stabbed her that many times.
Huge cock.
But why did he take her? Why did he take her to dinner? Shouldn't that have been the first suspicion?
I think some of them are probably like, I want to meet you first.
I followed my friend. She, for like a very small period of time, put herself on one of those websites where you like pretty much just go to dinner and get money. And I was sitting outside at the restaurant just watching, and it's always just like dudes who are kind of like misogynistic and just like sad. Or it's like at the end I was following them and they walked to the car and he was like, can I hug you? And to imagine like the opposite of that is like they're either really shy and awkward or they're just like murderers.
That's
Just
so
the
embarrassing.
complete
I've done
opposite.
that without paying women to go to dinner. Like, can I kiss you on the forehead?
Can you imagine being such a fucking loser that you pay to take a woman out to dinner?
I know.
You pay, like, I will pay to pay for your food.
Oh, it's so sad.
Man, I
He
have
was married with kids too.
I have a friend who was doing sex work out in Australia. She was doing a degree and everything, but she only had like 2 clients. But one of her clients would fly across country to like do her like type up her university work for her, cook her dinner, clean her house, everything, and never fucked her, never kissed her, nothing. He would pay for himself to go out there, be a servant for her for like 5 fucking days, and then go back. And that was his fucking kink. She was like, it's the best. She's like, I never saw his dick. We never fucking kissed. Like, some people are just fucking lonely, and they got lots of money.
Who's like, his kink is to do all our work for free.
Yeah. No, that's like those fin down people. Where like their kink is to be almost broke.
What if like women yell at them and stuff?
No, like to like spend money they don't have on.
Oh wow!
Where it's like they want to be financially abused.
Damn.
So they want the woman to be like, I need a Gucci bag, and he's like, I can't really afford it. It's like, buy it, motherfucker. And just buy it.
That's a kink?
That's a kink.
They should just do comedy.
Pay pigs.
Pay pig.
Hey,
Yeah.
pig.
Crazy.
Never a
for
poor
Jews.
guy like that.
I'm sorry, bro. It's like, bro, you know,
I feel like Mark is just using Jew as a punchline this episode. This is getting egregious here.
I'm trying to get you guys fighting again.
bro, I don't
There's a
love,
silence. He's like, Jew. I'm like, God damn it.
I don't love it that much.
She's half pissed.
Shouldn't you be so good? Like, shouldn't you be an expert at masturbating by this point?
Well, it gets old. You've done every trick.
No, it don't get old to me.
Well, now
But
it's
if
like
you
an
had
oil
money to
change.
pay a woman to do this stuff, would you do it?
It depends.
Oh.
I mean, because look, at
interesting.
the end of the day, you pay every woman,
True.
True.
right? I mean, so yeah, like you maybe not directly, but it's like because it's weird that people go, oh, it's legit if I talk you into going to dinner, and it's like you still paying for dinner. Or I talk you into going on vacation. You paying for vacation. It's this real thin line between whether it's like sex work or just courting. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's same with sex work and porn.
Yeah, it's
if
like-
I film this, it's porn.
Right.
But if I fuck in a car,
ain't
I'm
no
a John.
This is
Ain't
where
no-
we make
ain't
the
no
Jordan
free pussy out
Peterson
here unless you
turn on the
breaking the law.
podcast. All women are sex workers when you really think about it.
Well, I think the main difference, Brian, is between sex work and dating is that they're not fucking other dudes while they're dating you. That's where
Or
I'm
whether
like,
they're really into it. Right.
Yeah,
No, right.
that's
I'm not
a
saying
nice-
it's the exact
Yeah.
same, but I just mean ain't no free pussy.
no.
That's
No.
like there's no such thing as a free no free
It's gonna
lunch.
cost you something.
It's like the other economic
Yeah,
term.
it might
Ain't
not
no
be.
such
It
thing
might
as
not be
free pussy.
money. It might not be money, but if you're trying to get laid, it's gonna cost you something.
I don't know. You can get laid for free.
Is there free dick?
Yeah.
Well, dick's all
Yeah,
free.
I think most dicks are free. They're easy to come by.
Listen, dick is like that jar at the fucking club where it's just condoms in it. You know what I mean? It's like dick is just available in abundance. The market value.
yeah.
Oh, but you know what?
They're called gay bars.
Oh, right, or karaoke bar.
Yeah.
I guess good dick is never free because as a woman, you pay for yourself to look better to attain that kind
There
of
we
dick.
go.
Interesting.
So you got to buy a makeup and you got to buy a razor to shave your legs.
Interesting.
You gotta,
Sure.
You know.
I put
Yeah,
my
but you
Venmo
doing that?
on my dick.
You doing all that shit anyway?
There's no such thing as free good dick. Good free dick.
No, that's gonna cost
Okay.
you your heart being broken.
Now we get serious.
Yeah.
Now everyone starts crying.
When have you ever? When have you ever had some amazing dick that's just yours?
Oh, like you weren't sharing with another lady.
Right. Anybody that's fucking like that is fucking a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get that good at fucking. You ain't just come out the womb like that.
Interesting.
Like level 10
I
dick
don't
is
know.
not.
I know a
That's
guy
not
with
yours.
a great dick, and he's terrible in bed. All right, sorry. It's good to see you again.
Y'all are fucking super straight.
Yeah, I'm straight.
I'm super straight, but
We're all
when
gay.
I was single, I would make sure like every 2 years when drunk, I would kiss and blow, just to double check.
Really?
Well, because like there are men I see in my room like that's a fucking attractive man.
Just to
I'm
double
not,
check?
I'm not attracted to cock, but like sometimes I'll be on the beach and there'll be a ripped guy and I'll be like, oh, I am just staring at him.
Right.
Sure.
And so then I would get drunk and I'd kiss and blow and be like, that is not.
Well, beautiful people are beautiful people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
But sometimes you say, "Are you so beautiful?"
But not in
You
India.
Convert me, and I'm like, "I'm turns out the answers.
No. No, you still a dude.
We've all taken a big poop and been like, if it felt that good, come on.
Yeah, good point. And it's brown.
Yeah, it's brown.
So,
Long, hard, and round.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bollywood. All right.
Yeah.
Yo, how are you gonna edit this?
I'm not editing
Oh.
No, I think we didn't go too.
I don't think there was
bad.
anything that bad.
No, but I feel like
This is a
there's
good app.
There's a lot of knocks and bangs and the mics and
Oh,
That's
really?
all part of the
That's-
fun.
person.
Yeah. We'll cut out the anti-Semitism.
My mic just died.
Oh, all right.
shit.
Well, we should wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, that feels like
everyone got some plugs.
Oh, yeah.
Brian,
Yeah,
any-
what's gonna be, Brian?
I'm BS comedian on socials. My Netflix special will be out at the end of the year.
Hell yeah!
There we go.
Congrats. You got a
Congrats,
title?
No, I haven't named it.
Anti-Semite.
I think I know what I think I do. Yeah.
No pussy's free.
No
Brian
pussy is
Simpson.
free.
All women are sex workers.
All women are
Yes.
sex. Yeah. I think I tentatively I'm gonna call it looking good, but we'll see.
Looking good.
There we go.
I
Look
like
good,
it,
man.
Al.
Allie, what do you got coming
Out
up?
to lunch.
I'm doing some shows. You can follow me at not Ali Mac.
You got a pod?
No,
Okay.
No, you start resting, bitch.
I stopped it.
Why?
Because it was bad.
I agree. All right, so we're gonna give it up.
Any road dates or anything you want to plug?
Not particular. AliMacofsky.com/shows.
Go to the website. What do you got,
yeah.
Dan?
Oh, just shit. Daniel Sloss. Google it.
Check out Google Daniel Sloss.
Geoffrey Asmus, my new special on YouTube, The Only Funny White Man. Please watch it.
Yes, very funny.
Go to whitecomedian.com for my shows. I bought that URL years ago. I own
Nice.
whitecomedian.com, so go
Nice.
there.
That's fucking
yeah,
beautiful.
That's
it's fun.
hilarious.
We got a lot of dates coming up. Albany, Vermont, Northampton,
The Garden.
Providence. Yeah, MSG Theater. Let's go. Chicago Theater, Toronto,
Woo, baby.
York, Bethlehem, Cincinnati, Columbus, Indy. A ton of shit.
Jesus.
See you guys on the road. Oh, and Australia just announced. I'll be all over Australia.
Shit.
Because of you, motherfucker. You talked
Yeah,
me into
God,
it,
I hope
and
you
you
like
talked
it.
me double into it. So I'll see you in Australia in November.
Give him the
Tickets
mic.
on sale. So
Oh no, I've also got Netherlands promoters for you both.
Oh, okay. There you go.
let's do it,
There we
Mark.
go.
Mark Norman's new fucking Netflix special.
Hey, specials
Soup to
out.
nuts.
Well, MarkNormanComedy.com for dates. To get some Bodega Cat for the folks at home. It's online. And
Oh yeah, Bodega Cat.
yeah.
Whiskey. We couldn't get it
You
here.
want to do a
but
shot of that? Let's do a
I
shot.
wish we had
Yeah,
it.
The Canucks
We don't
won't
have any?
The Canucks won't
damn.
carry it.
Canadians.
Oh,
We
okay.
could have snuck it through. We could have gotten it through.
Probably.
Was she?
But, you're
You're the
wheel
strong
man.
one. You're the one who could have
Yeah,
fought
you're the
back.
muscle.
Here, I didn't want to screw padded clips when you drew my shit up.
Did you have to pay for the flight?
No.
Shut
All right, we flew him out and put him up and
Plug
paid for
some
his tattoo.
gigs. Plug some gigs, Mark.
Oh, I had to fly.
All kinds of gigs, Denver, you name it. It's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the web. BrianSimpsonComedy.com.
There you go. Mark Norman Comedy. Thanks for listening. We might be
love
drunk.
you
What
guys.
an app. Montreal edition. JFL. Juste pour rire. Fuck the French. Kiss our ass.
Yeah.
And thank you to James Webb for coming up and doing all
Yeah, the
this
Webb.
dirty work for us because our producer, Matt Peters, is somehow banned from Canada. So
Yeah, he ran over a kid in 88. But,
Retardé de français.
yeah, he's a retardé.
But we love you guys.
Webb, you pulled through. Thank you.
Thank you,
Praise
guys.
Allah.
Oh my God, good.
That was fun.
Sunday's a day for my next offender. A bit of Peter wreck, you know the beer juice close. I've had a little too much bourbon, and Norman's talking shit about the fucking Pope. And I get down in the same way. Up on the roof like a cop's coming, and naked Samuel is feeling dangerous. I'm out to lunch here in New Orleans. This woman doesn't look like I remember her.